Yay! Look at that. We got things, and I think everybody fits
That's new.
mostly.
That's what he said.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh.
I see one little tweak. There we go.
That's also what
All
he
right.
said.
I think it fits. And everyone's name is correct, right? I put them in the right spot. Okay.
I gotta take a look here for a minute.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
Eloquence with
That's
2 L's,
crazy.
I thought it was with 1.
Huh? What?
What?
I said eloquence with 2 L's. I thought it was always with 1.
I didn't put 2 L's.
Yeah, you did.
That's the only
Sure?
one on mine.
Yeah, it's only one. It's ALU. The U and the L are
Oh,
close
okay,
together.
So
Yeah.
you need glasses.
Yeah, Leo needs to get his eyes did.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It is a very that's a U. See, Elvin U. She's like it's a U. Okay, as long as everybody else can see it, like seeing
See
it
what?
on the phone. Yeah, I know exactly. Put your glasses on. I'm gonna have everybody chant it. If the whole chat starts chanting glasses, glasses, glasses.
No, because it clashes with my outfit.
You know what also clashes is you rolling at disadvantage all night because you can't see shit.
True.
Mhm.
See, Taco says you need to put your glasses on.
That's a
Taco,
risk
stop
I'm willing to take.
Taco is a professional. He's a medical professional, so you should listen to his advice. Or training.
By the end of the game, I'm gonna be like, oh, why does my head hurt? So
I
much?"
know. I'm gonna. And no one's gonna. I would say people would have sympathy for you, but they're not because you did this
You're
to
gonna get an
yourself,
ophthalmic
Becky.
migraine.
You did this to yourself, Becky.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, in other news, we have a game to play.
Oh.
So,
Do we?
yeah, I think so.
But do we?
I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out. I mean, I could just sink the ship right now.
I mean,
Do it. You won't.
We never got back on the ship
Teleport out.
officially
no, we're not
yet,
on the
so-
ship,
Bye.
so
I meant the whole ship, all the ships, the armada that Taco has like started. If you had your glasses on, you'd know if there was a game to play.
Right. Is that what we're doing here?
Yeah, that's what it is. Well,
If you don't put your glasses on, your tribe will die.
How dare you?
yeah.
Goldberg tears.
yeah,
So many
Alright.
graves.
so
No.
many. The entire grove will just wither away.
I mean, to be fair, I did give them amaranths.
Have y'all ever see a furball go evil? You're about to.
Will we see this? Because I don't know if we will see this. I don't know if you'll see
I will
this.
not hug
Y'all
you.
will see it. I won't. But
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, let's see. I am going to make one final adjustment to this camera because Renan is like off center a bit.
Way
That's-
off center, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. I moved the entire universe. Don't mind me.
Hmm.
There we go.
That must be nice.
I know. Sometimes it has its moments.
Watching Renan fly around the
Screen.
screen.
Oh, you jerk! You stop messing. I was like, wait, I'm not touching it. Why is he moving again? Okay. All
I'll
right.
just
Yeah, just shift the camera. Just shift the over like a couple. Whatever. All right.
Let's just
we
take
are
the
way-
city and move it left.
Exactly. All right, guys. Well, welcome to Game of Santos, where we clearly know what we're. God damn it, Soul. I was like, no, what happened now? Never mind. I'm just gonna go into like. I'm not even OCD, but I think this will be the start. This is where I start getting OCD.
Soul is chaotic soul when he can't see.
Well, Graham, we wish you the best. May the dice be ever in your favor tonight. But thank you for coming and hanging out for the first 20 minutes of us rambling around like Lunatunes.
Yep.
Lunatunes. Oh boy,
You said what you said.
I did.
Tuna loons.
Tuna
You know.
loons. Yes, tuna loons. All right. Well, I guess I don't think we have much in the way of announcements. There has been a delay in the Doom Squad the Death Squad of Doom. So we will be getting more information about when we'll be doing that first episode. Hopefully, we'll do that next week, I believe. That's the way it's looking at right now. But you know, our thoughts and prayers are with everyone, especially those who have been affected. Yeah, okay, audio check's good. Yes. All right, so without further ado, we'll go ahead and start with our lovely little intro and get into tonight's game of Santos. Pressing the right button. Yay! Now we have everybody.
But do we though?
Well, for the most part.
But
Just don't go stepping on any dogs.
The tea.
I'll kick her. Don't worry.
No, no, no. No, no, no. All right. Let us begin. So let us. Oh no, that's the wrong one.
Cabbage.
That's cabbage.
Not my cabbage.
my cabbages!
Went totally different direction. I'm like, you muff cabbage.
Wow, I haven't heard that one in a while. Okay, so last we left off on Game of Santos. The party had gone to Procampur, had arrived and decided to have for themselves a lovely little evening that was gonna be shenaniganless and calm and peaceful. And then all hell broke loose.
Of
As-
course.
as it does. We had a interesting little encounter in the one of the red tiled districts of Procampur, where Iskra warded a pair of Iron Shadow as they were attempting to steal away a magically inclined young lass into the Imperial Army. And with some quick and brave thinking, managed to not start a fight somehow, and also brought in some of her allies from across the city as they rushed to her aid in owl and cat form and just flying in general. And then we also had Aliquin and Galil as they went to the lower sections, a secret underground city beneath Procampur, where they met with a rather important individual within Procampur named the Princess, who's kind of in charge of overseeing the trade that goes on here within the city. After that, and making some new allies, they were invited to stay for the night before heading out the next morning, hoping to gather what things they could, and being promised a sizable amount of goods, not only for them, but also for the war effort against the Thanes. And with night falling, the party got to rest a little bit within the walls of the princess's private mansion beneath the city. And that's kind of where we're starting off.
Although whether Sonder got rest is debatable.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
whether Iskra got rest after having
oh yes.
cosmic crisis.
Oh yeah, that's true. I had forgotten about that. So, Sounder, you rested. It may have been a very tumultuous, like you're being snuggle shared between, the princess and her two ladies in waiting. So you're kind of being used as like a body pillow for the most part. So a lot of shifting around.
He's a water genasi, so it's a snuggle puddle.
So he's literally a waterbed.
He is now canon. He is now a waterbed.
Rolling on the river.
You gotta
Oh,
change
no.
his name now on his little profile thing to waterbed.
Waterbed. And so the morning comes. At least you all are awoken in what you assume is morning, because down here where you are staying, there is no sun, as you are currently under the city. So, but each of you receive a knock on your door as several of the servants have come to rouse you from your sleep, as it is soon to be the time for your departure. And one by one, I'm assuming you all meet down in the main room of the this like inn-like place that you are staying.
Just wake up, do my morning routine.
Brushing your teeth. What's
Ritual cast, non-detection, get ready.
okay? All right. Anything else that you guys want to do as you guys are gathering together?
Yes. Go ahead, Soul.
Is Sol gonna have an opportunity to go back to get his clothes and put it on?
I mean, from here, you are going to be leaving. You
To
had
the
your
boat.
clothes, which
Did I?
yeah, because we had determined that you had the opportunity to change before.
If you
all
put on your glasses, you can see you're wearing your clothes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Okay. So he's
yes.
no longer wearing a fundushi. He's wearing his normal clothes.
Yes, because you had been able to change before you left, because the timing of it all, we had determined that you would have had that opportunity.
So then once I get down there, I'm going to look for do the children stay like close by as well, like in their own room?
You haven't seen them yet.
I'm just going to keep an eye out for them.
And I'm gonna keep an eye out for Grom because he told me to see him before we go because he had something he wanted to give
Okay.
me. I say to everyone, we might want to try to sneak back onto the ship. Since the Iron Shadow did get a good look at me, I don't want us to be followed. I kind of look around and gauge everybody's reaction.
I mean, they would only know you. They wouldn't know us.
Definitely, we could always.
So
Yeah.
it's easier to hide one person than every one of us.
I hold my bag of holding up to Iskra. No.
I'm
I
certain
have
we could find
produced
some
ready.
kind of disguise.
I scratch my chin.
How long would it take us to get back to the ship from here?
From where you are at, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It's not very long because this area is basically off to the side a little bit, but basically under the bazaar. So, and the bazaar is part of like the harbor and port area.
Bizarre.
What's up?
I am going to go finish my breakfast, and I'm gonna head back inside my room.
All the breakfast is being prepared there in the tavern.
I'm going to go finish my breakfast, and I head back inside the bedroom.
Don't overdo it. We have a long day ahead of us.
Okay, you go back inside the bedroom and
Why is Sander eating nothing but oysters?
there.
Well, sometimes people do favors
Oh no.
to get in
He's
certain
just
things in
gonna-
life, to get a heads up.
He's on a clam kick today. I don't.
Yeah. As you guys are being served your various foods and things of whatever you are requesting from the kitchen.
Nachos.
You beat me to it.
I should have known better than to specify things you were
Nope,
requesting.
you said it.
But I said it, and you ask, and they ask you what it is, so that they may try and best prepare it for you.
Minor
however you're-
illusion, a big old
Wait,
plate
yeah.
of nachos.
With my chef's knowledge as well.
Just
Okay.
put it in
And
the
like
microwave.
it kind of looks like this, and it smells delicious. Use all sorts of meat, and then every now and then you get what we call the nucleus.
Which I guess is what is the nucleus?
It's like the
Nucleus.
one chip that's where everything's like stuck to it, and it pulls all the other chips with it.
Oh, okay. Because to me, I was imagining that very center of the plate of nachos where there's like nothing because it's all just been poured on top. So it's just like just chips in the middle. But then that makes more sense because that not.
Or when the melted cheese makes the chip all soggy.
Yeah, it's not even a
Yeah.
chip anymore. It's just like
Yeah.
soggy.
Goodness.
The port city of Procampur, known for its metalworking and its nachos.
Nachos. It will be now.
That's where it's from.
The server, Galil, after you give your explanation, nods very slowly. I don't know if we have these chips you speak of, but I will do my very best to try and find something similar to what you have in mind. Excuse me. Bows to everyone and goes back off to the kitchen.
He needs a little corn flour.
Mm-hmm.
If we miss the ship because he's busy trying to create nachos.
So
We-
then while we're sitting
We
there,
can't fly on there, don't worry.
I'm just gonna be writing a little note at the table. I'm assuming we're like at a brunch table or
Mhm.
like
Yeah, it's
okay,
okay.
yeah.
It's like right now it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of people up except for you guys. But you guys basically got the continental breakfast because they knew that you had to head out. Kaolin does arrive and kind of is checking with everybody. So the princess had some belongings of yours, of new acquired gifts, taken to your ship. So you will receive those things there. They're being loaded with the rest of the goods for the rest of your journey.
Thank you, much appreciated. Can we pay you? Owe you some sort of?
It has been my understanding that arrangements are going to be made with your higher ups.
It's kind of side eye Galil, like okay.
So, for now, you may go with our gratitude. I know that you do not have much time left. As far as the arrangements for the family to arrive in the city, is there a specific destination that they are to go, or how are you wanting them to arrive?
I was gonna actually take care of that. If are they here? Are they ready? Are they still wanting to go?
They are in the private quarters that have been assigned.
Can I speak with him? Or is that forbidden?
Oh, may speak with him. We'll take him to the room.
I'll be right back, guys.
I get up and follow Kindred.
Make him awake.
So you guys head back into the tavern. Sonder, what are you doing?
I'll head downstairs and eat and follow probably Iskra.
Okay. So as you had left the room initially, and the princess and them had still been there, but upon arriving, it once again found that the room was empty. By the time you got back, as you were heading back into the room, back into the main room again, you come across Kaolin, Kindred, and Iskra, as they're going, kind of heading your direction, take the offshoot hallway. You gonna go with them, or
Okay.
you gonna go back to the rest of the group?
Yeah, I'll follow them.
Oh God, Sonder, you smell like Carnegie Soda and kombucha. Can you go shower first?
Oh no. Yeah, give me 1 second. And I'll
Whoosh. Done.
shake water for myself.
Oh.
Much better.
Iskra smirks.
Wow.
All right. So,
Would I,
Oh, wet.
oh my
would I
God.
be able to speak with the princess or whomever I need to get the commission started on the statue?
They've already left, so you'll have to wait till they return. But I'm sure if you provide, as well, if I recall, I think you had given that stuff the night before. No.
I had certainly drawn it up, but I
Okay.
didn't actually talk to anyone.
Okay. All right. So then, as you return we return to Kindred, Iskra, and Sonder, you are led to what it is almost like the back of the house kind of spot, and there is a little private room, where upon knocking, Kaolin opens the door, and you there inside you see Grom, the boys, and Athena, as they are in the process of. You have visitors, Kaolin says simply, and then walks back out to the hallway.
Morning. I just come to see how y'all were doing. Did y'all still want to go through with this?
You're going to send us now?
Only because we were gonna have to head to the boat soon, and I figure I can do it easily this way.
Sure. Let me get my things. Give me 1 moment.
Sure, take your
And
time.
he runs off to the back, which you assume is the back bed, one of the back bedrooms. And you can
So
hear
like a
the-
table I could just kind of
Mhm.
walk over to and sit at for a moment.
Yep. Athena is sitting there at the table. She looks like she's eating a bowl of porridge and just kind of swirling it with the spoon.
It's kind of like wave at her.
She looks
And,
up and just kind of smiles meekly before looking back down.
So then
Go lean against the wall.
I'll hold up the piece of paper I was writing on.
Okay.
And then you just see Malzahar just slip out with it in his mouth and stroll her across the table and take it to her. He's quite harmless.
You see that she puts the spoon down and leans back away from it a little on the concerned side still.
He lays it in front of her, but then comes back. Doesn't go right up to her. And I'll come back in my sleeve. So I took the liberty of writing a simple note explaining that y'all will be arriving, so that way no one's surprised or anything like that. I just I figure if y'all want to write your names on it, and if you want, this could be a fun time to give yourself a new name.
She kind of doesn't say anything. She looks up at Iskra and then back at Kindred and then kind of
I'll
nods.
just kind of
nods
slide
slowly.
my pen towards her.
Nods slowly, but doesn't make any movements. You can hear in the back, Grom is kind of loudly speaking. I hesitate to use the word yelling because it sounds like he's getting angry, but he's just basically that dad mode of like, hurry, grab your things, put them in the back, like, but in, Damaran, or what you imagine is what he is saying. Eventually, they come out with a couple of sacks over their back and dragging a couple of small, like, suitcase-like things. Sorry, we were not prepared so early, but we managed to get our things together. He comes over to Iskra, and he like has a small like box that's wrapped in a silk that's kind of tied up in a straight with like a golden rope like thing, like those really fancy, the ones that you see when there's like curtains hanging and they have like the little gold
I
tasseled
just
ropes.
saw it in the window and had to
Yeah.
have it.
It's kind of like one of those. It's just kind of wrapped around and tied. And he presents it to you. It's like, this is for you. I don't think I will ever be able to repay the things you have done for me or my family. But this is a small step in the right direction.
You didn't have to. I take it from him, but I appreciate it. I'm just glad that we were able to keep you safe and together.
As am I. For now, at least. But once I am able to rejoin with the family, come and I will prepare you a feast. We eat all together back on this city that they are being sent to.
I'll look forward to it. I'm sure your kids will too.
Kind of nods. He like goes over to each of the kids and like gets down on one knee and like hugs them fiercely and like starts telling them, whispering to them in his language. We can see that the boy's trembling lips, but still trying to remain strong. It is Thina that is probably looks the most scared and hesitant, and she kind of clings to her father a little longer than the boys do, but the whole time she doesn't really speak much, and the boys kind of like go on to each side of her. And stands like, okay, you must all be good. Please. Make your father proud. Okay. He looks to Kindred. Whatever you're going to do, they are my precious jewels, and I put them in your care.
Well, I can send things back and forth to each other whenever y'all want. Just give me some time to. This isn't the end, so I'll start drawing teleportation circle on the ground.
Okay.
To the city of Tet, and I look back at what's the girl's name?
Thina.
I look back at Thina. You have that paper I gave you, right?
She nods very slowly.
And they know you're coming, but when you get a chance, seek out someone named Mabina. I think you'll like her.
She just nods.
And y'all ready? Once it starts, we have 6 seconds to step into the circle.
You see the oldest brother, Nikki, he like has like the biggest pack on, like, ready. He gets up next to the edge and then grabs his sister's hand, and then Petros like has this like almost like a chest that he's kind of carrying on his own, and he like walks up to the edge, and they look back at their father one last time as you finish the symbol.
Sha.
Making the last connecting mark. The magic lights and creates the little teleportation circle. You can see the girl now is starting to cry again. She looks back at her father one last time before the Nikki pulls her into the circle, and Petros follows. and they're gone.
Oh no, Kindred, you made the human transmutation circle.
Yes.
Oh no!
Do you want to build a snowman?
Oh my god.
Daddy.
Oh no.
As the magic
Go on,
fades,
get.
Those magic fades, it burns the chalk away from the ground, leaving nothing but like little fading embers of magical residue as those two start to fade. And you can see the Grom is there standing, like swallowing. And holding back tears. It's like, I must go and prepare for my day's work. Thank you once again for keeping them out of the Empire's.
Our
Yes.
friends will take good care of them. Don't get yourself into trouble. They're gonna need you.
Of course, no. I'm working directly for the princess now. I can't get into any more trouble.
Dino will learn many things.
I hope so. Kind of smiles, and now I must go get her. Thank you again, and enjoy. He gestures to Iskra, the present in your hands, and then goes to the back room. Kaolin is like, I think it is almost time for us to go. Your ship, Captain, I'm sure, is eagerly awaiting your return.
Just before leaving, I just go up to the dad again and just like lean in and like, my name is Kindred. If you ever just want to talk to your kids, just seek me out. It's not that hard to get y'all in touch with each other. I know it's probably really hard.
I appreciate it. Okay. So
All right, so how are we getting back, guys?
Kaolin leads you back down the hallways to the main area where the rest of your party is now gathered and ready to go. What are you guys doing? Renan, I assume at that point you give Kaolin the drawn out things for the altar, and he
Yes.
takes it. He's like, I will see that this gets into the right hands. Now, if you are ready to depart, I will escort you back to the ship.
Answering Kindred's question, I say they did mark down how many of us left the Lemnos when we originally disembarked. I think there's more of us returning. That might be a problem. But since I need to hide anyway, that accounts for one.
Kaolin kind of raised the hand. You do not understand. We will get you back to the ship. It will be no problem. The princess
right.
has more sway than you probably imagine. You will be
Well,
in
I
safe
take your word
hands.
for it.
So, are you ready to go? Everyone's filled? All right,
Saunders filled.
let's go. And he like leads you guys outside and into the still dark, but you can see the light streaming down from the gutters and fixtures in the ceiling above that are part of the city above you. And within the next 25 minutes or so, you guys have made your way back to the surface, exiting the door that you guys had entered in through with the cat-like abomination that is over the doorway. And are led back to the shipyard itself.
Just to be on the safe side, I take that scarf that I bought from Salvador back in Everesca and wrap it around my face.
Sure. You can
Over
see
my
now.
head.
You can see now that the as you guys are getting onto the harbor section, there is a same bustle of activity. different though, not so much in the shopping sense, but more of like people refilling their stocks. Those that had gone fishing overnight have now returned this morning. So there's like this constant flow of traffic going in and out of the city. As you guys reach basically the port or the harbor checkpoint, Kowlin goes in front of your group, and the guards, seeing him going along with the rest of you, kind of like make way and part for you guys to pass. And you are led to the harbor. In the far horizon, you can see now that the sun is starting to rise. As you are reaching just in time, you're led back to the Lemnos. And currently, you can see there at waiting for you at the plank, not the plank, the walk-up thingy, the thingy that which you walk up with, the gangplank.
The
I knew it was-
gangway?
yeah, gangway. I knew there's like a plank word in there.
The poop deck.
Tabulator.
You guys see that the dwarven man, the quartermaster, Gilder, is there, kind of like, seems like he has like a little checkboard in hand, and he sees you guys returning. He's like, "Oh, you're returning. Good. About time we're getting ready to go."
Aye, aye, Captain.
So, how was your first day out in the open seas?
Better than I thought it was gonna be. As I just stare at Iskra.
Well, you did have some additional cargo brought on board. We put that in the
Yeah.
hold down below.
That's not gonna be a problem, is it? It's not taking up any space than you need.
We will manage. Where we are going now, we are the goods we are taking aren't going to be filling up as much. It's on the next journey that things might be a little tight. But for now,
Let us know if we can help in any way. We appreciate this.
of course.
I did buy
Um,
extra food and all that. Did they make it back here yet?
Yes, the galley is slightly overstuffed at the moment. A lot fancier things than we are accustomed to. Hope you know what you're doing with these things.
You'll find out.
Take that as a no. All right, so everybody else, let's get ready. We are going to be sailing out soon.
I immediately go below deck and take inventory of what they gave us.
Okay. You go
Like a
below
gonna
kid
go
on
find-
Christmas.
I'm gonna go find my fishing poles that I bought as well.
I'm gonna follow Kindred downstairs.
Alrighty.
Yes,
Yeah, I guess I'll head down there too with everybody.
presents.
Everyone's going down there, but
Presents.
I'm gonna go get my fishing poles first.
It's Ocean Christmas.
Everybody went down in the bottom of the boat. I don't want to be left out.
Yule
Uh,
tide.
Well, I'm going
Oh,
up to the crow's nest.
no. He said you'll tide. I'm done. I'm quitting life right now with that.
Anyway,
that was
I'm
the
going
thing.
back to the crow's nest, or
Alright.
up to the crow's nest.
You take off and fly up and above.
Caw!
Aw.
I couldn't help it. Sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so
Page scene.
okay.
Got my spice glass as well.
Those of you,
Big money, no whammies.
I don't need a spy's glass.
all right. You do find that in the cargo hold that had a fair amount of things in it to begin with, has now been restocked with new crates, barrels, and things. One of the deckhands that is down there a half orc man by the name of Brul. He's like, if you're looking for the box that came for you, that one there is the one you seek. And you see that there's this like sizable size crate.
Is there any like insignias or logos on it? I want to see first.
Nope. Oh, make a perception check, but nothing immediately visible. Or
Okay.
investigation, either one.
Investigate. Ooh, okay. 18 plus 27.
27. No, this crate is, you like kind of a quick glance didn't see anything, but then getting upon closer inspection, you can see that most of the other, no, not most, if not all of the other crates that they're carrying have some sort of logo or insignia. This one is surprisingly empty of any sort of identifying marks.
I cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
I'm just like, just to see if
Sure.
there's anything shiny in there.
Anything?
As you peer at the box, it is aglow with a multitude of different hues,
And then you go blind.
and then you're dead.
Just like you.
Oh, blind.
Why are you
Come
making
on.
fun of the visually impaired?
Because you won't put your glasses on. That's why.
And he
That's
wore
Go with
that
the
too,
outfit.
I can't hear you. My glasses
Very
are off.
Sidus
Yeah.
of-
so- oh my gosh, that hit so hard.
Okay, so you can feel the ship kind of start to lurch beneath your feet as you guys start prying open the box.
Yes.
It looks like a disco ball in there.
I make
Okay.
it back there to them with my fishing pole.
Okay. In the box, you find there are 4 what look like very shimmery black cloaks or capes. They kind of have this almost satin like shimmer to them as you like start to unfold.
Ooh.
It's set in shimmer.
There is a another little box because you see that these are kind of like sitting on top, but inside you can see that there are smaller box or other boxes inside. You see that there is a the first small box that you pull up, you kind of pull it or the cap open, and there is an armband of some sort that looks like it has 2 the metal comes around to 2 bulls that are kind of like look like they're in the process of charging and running at each other. You see inside of it as well, there's some sort of like bridle for like a leather bridle. It's like red leather.
Yellow.
and it's
Yellow
like
leather.
I'm like, this must be for Sonder as a memento of last night, I guess. I don't want to know, but here.
The reins on it are stamped with what look like golden leafed wings. They kind of like
And they are
crisscross each
intriguingly the perfect size for a Quetzalcoatl.
Oh, that's awesome.
Ooh.
Wait, how big is it?
It stretches.
It's looks like it's pretty sizable.
Who's gonna hold this stuff up like, Aliquin, is this magic? Is this magic? Is this magic?
Yes.
So far,
A magic pile, non-magic pile.
So far, the capes have a magical quality to them. The armband also has a magical quality to it. The
Okay, to
bridle
the
has a
left.
magical quality
To
to
the
it.
left. To the left.
There's
Everything you own in a box to the left.
there is a small what looks like a long elongated case, and upon flipping it open, you can see that there is a raven's feather that's been made into a quill.
Ooh.
There is another smaller chest that has inside of the like velvet casing. There are 2 shimmering red, like elixirs that you see inside of that. There is one sheer bag that has like these little baggies inside, and there are 4 of these little baggies. And upon like opening it, one of them, you kind of see that the inside has what looks like really large crystal, looks like almost like sugars, like sugar crystals inside. But upon like picking them up and in your fingers, you can see that they are not sugar, but probably more like a
Okay.
almost like a diamondy dust.
White lightning. Rudy's got the chalk. No.
Yeah.
It brought it back.
Yes.
I am lost.
You were
But that's
lost
fine.
the first time I said it.
Yeah. Oh, was I? You said it again before? Okay.
Like back before the before times.
Oh, I see.
Back during home games.
Ah,
Hmm.
got it. Other than that, there are several larger like cases that are sitting in the bottom of this crate, and upon picking them up, you see that they are various rather ornately designed swords. There's a couple of swords in there. There's a pair of scimitars. There is several like bracers that are also like intricately designed metalwork. They have like these bands that are placed over the leather, but each one almost overlaps each other, like almost like scales. But you see that there, aside from the items that you have, those first top items, those bottom ones are well crafted enough to where it can kind of replace a lot of your those of you who had like weapons showing. These are considered to be +1s of those versions.
I'm going to Spies Murmur Alquin, and just to kind of keep up with what's going on down there. Just, well, what all did we get?
Well, I'm letting everything out now that looks of interest, and as soon as I guess Kindred and I are ready, we can cast Identify to see what they do.
As long as one of you has the appropriate pearls.
Oh.
I will swim to the bottom of the ocean and find one.
Sure.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
You can try.
I could.
Kindred, I need you to turn back into an owl so I can take a few of your feathers.
All right. On the
What do
break.
you need? What do you need that for?
Not just a few of the components for Identify as a pearl and owl feathers.
Good, that means he'll leave mine alone.
Really? Okay, I thought you
That's
had
what-
focus as I pull mine out and start going.
You
Oh.
with this spell, you still need the pearl in order to cast Identify,
What?
because it's got
Component.
value to it.
Mhm.
Value to the
When did that happen?
since the beginning.
We've never done that.
Well, we should have been.
I don't remember that either, to be honest.
Yeah, I know.
So
was something
we're
I-
going forward. We're doing now.
So I'm assuming
Okay.
you have, and we'll just say that you have a pearl to do,
Okay.
because you have been using that spell. But it does require components that have a monetary value
Okay.
on it. Which, as you, and because I thought too, because as you did it like with as a ritual, I was under the impression that it didn't require that, but then it was. I found out that it was.
Well, at least it doesn't spend the pearl.
Exactly.
No, it doesn't. Oh.
Oh,
then-
shit.
So then during break, I have things to discuss with you, but carry on.
Okay.
I will take out this pearl and
You're welcome.
everybody pick one thing that
Is he
they
still
want
dripping wet?
first.
I try finding the swords.
Okay.
I think I would like a scimitar.
Go for it.
So
There
after
is a
everyone
pair of-
picks out
Yeah,
like their
go ahead.
items, I'll identify each to see if it like is compatible what it does.
Mm-hmm.
How long before we're supposed to be casting off?
You're already moving.
We've already cast off. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
You are already on the way.
I know what I'm looking for at the next port. Something I hadn't thought about.
Okay.
The weapon of Hirsonos is a silver whip.
Ooh.
A silver whip. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as you guys are starting your way to your next destination, who is going to be rolling for today's activities?
I will.
You'll do it? All
Go for it,
right.
Sonder.
He got
Got
lucky
this.
last night. Let's hope it carries through.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I woke up on the right side of the bed today. I
Just
roll
jizz
a
all over that die.
And somebody's bed today.
D20.
I believe so. Yes.
What happened?
What is he
Just-
rolling?
Just
Is he-
roll
just a
D20.
D20.
Yes. Sorry.
What is there any modifier?
Nope.
Just the way that is.
Just a
18.
Straight roll.
18.
Yeah. You'll find a sea Tarask. And
Okay.
Oh, sea
Not
Tarask.
funny.
sea Tarask.
I mean,
Is that a thing?
I
A
think that's just
Tarask?
a sea
It is
Tarask. I think is just Godzilla.
Yeah, true.
I'm pretty sure that it's like Godzilla plus some because I don't think Godzilla has anti-magic fields.
Oh, can summon a giant moth.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go.
The kaiju battle begins.
Galil needs
bruh.
to use
I should
reduce
bet.
and shrink two of us
Oh.
down so we can sing the magic chant.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. That just brought a lot of memories back.
I can do
Um,
twin. Reduce. Come on. I'm ready.
All right. I'm just finishing up this list of the things that I'm sending it to you, Kindred.
Okay.
Oh god, I found a homebrew for baby Tarasks.
Oh,
Yes.
no. That's
Do
not
these
good.
look silver to you?
I'm busy. I'm concentrating. Don't
Busy?
bother me.
I'm busy. Don't talk. What else? Oh. it's- This one. Sorry, guys.
A Tarask lich? That's unacceptable.
Tarask glitch.
It's one of
Okay.
the rulers of Thay.
So, yeah.
Little did we know.
Yes. All right. All right, guys. So, let us, as you guys start sorting through things, you spend the next couple of hours. I'm assuming you're doing this ritual cast, so you're not using spell slots, or are you doing?
Ritual, gosh, because I didn't prepare it.
Okay. So yeah, over the next couple of hours, you start identifying a lot of the things. I have a couple of more like other items, but the first bunch are the main items that you got, and you can
Ooh.
find them on D&D Beyond.
Have you already
Ooh.
put them in?
Yeah, I have them.
He has the list of them.
I
you
have the power.
You have a armband of strength. The bridle is called the Bridle of Wings. You have a quill of necromancy
I want that. What does it do?
and 5 capes of disguise. Then the baggie of things is called the Frostfallian Diamond Dust. And there are those 2 special-looking elixirs. Are elixirs of the Flaming Fists. Plus, you have the scimitars, long swords. You have there's like a smaller somewhere between the size of like a shield and a buckler. It's not exactly like super small, but it's a nice hubcap sized.
Captain America.
Mhm.
Yeah, a
First
little
I
bit
thought of.
smaller. Yeah, a little bit smaller, but basically.
Take one ring off of Captain America's.
His shield, yeah, it's
shield.
just like
There
one.
you go.
Yeah, there you go. It's perfect. But there are some like leather bracers that are also well made with the overlapping iron on there. Okay. Let me. Oh no. Careless.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay, so you guys spend those next couple hours as you guys are looking over the things and kind of seeing what things were presented for you. What are you guys doing?
Identifying everything, kind of like seeing who's compatible and who would fit best with what.
Okay.
And spend a couple hours doing that.
Sure. What about the rest of it?
Soul is
Do
just
the-
oohing and awing at all the fancy things and magical things and stuff. So
What do the bracers look
Wait, don't
like?
touch those! No.
Boom! The camera zooms back to Procampur in the distance.
On the horizon.
Horizon. Wondered
then-
what that was. I don't know.
Sudden
I'm just
iceberg
gonna-
out of nowhere.
I'm staying on the top deck. And I'm gonna be doing some essentially Kirsanos faithful yoga.
Oh. Okay. Sound good. All right. What about the rest of you guys?
I'm with Sonder. What did the bracers do?
Okay. The bracers are considered they're a +1 to your attacks and armor. So they're nothing that's
Neat.
yeah, they do they are those that kind of look really well crafted and put together. You imagine they are going to come in handy probably in the next if and when there are any other encounters to be had.
Are there enough sets for both of us, or are we gonna split one?
No, one
One
person
fist.
gets one, the other person gets the other one. It's like it's like the ultimate friendship bracelet of
Yes.
like combat
Nice.
friendship bracelets. That's
we could
the
do
new thing.
special attacks if
It's
we
the double
time
dragon.
it right.
Nice. Oh yeah, when you combine them together, it like forms the whole image.
Yes.
Mhm.
I feel like
There's like an image now that you can see when you put your arms together. It's just like a map.
So
All right.
I feel like this is the
Bracers.
checkpoint, save point before.
We find all the health potions and the stamina
Yeah.
potions before the
Right.
boss fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
There, interestingly enough, there were 4. I think it was 4, right? Yeah, 4 potions of healing that were also in that box as well. So
I
yeah,
guess
there
put
were
those
some
to the
potions. There were some potions of healing. There are 2 sets of like leather armor that are also on the +1 side.
is
Well, I don't wear
Habakkuk
armor,
going
so
to-
y'all can take these.
is
I'm trying out this cloak.
powerful?
Like swishing it back and forth.
I'm
I like it,
gonna
Aliquin. It suits you.
pick up
think
the
so, yeah.
bag of the sugar white crystal one.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna look into as well.
What is this?
I haven't found it yet, but I will tell you shortly.
And this was just regular longsword +1, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and put on one of the sets of bracers then.
Okay.
Where's
Yeah, I'll
the-
try one on too.
I'm
Make a
looking for
con
bracers,
saving
but I
throw.
can't find
If we
Like,
can't find
just
it, then
regular-
we'll do that afterwards.
Okay.
Would you find the diamond dust stuff?
Yep, sure did.
Mm.
Very rare.
I'm sitting over Kindred's shoulder.
You want to tell him what it does?
Yes. And we have 5.
5 uses. No. Should be wait, hold on. Oh, I did put 5. It should be 4.
Okay. So y'all see these? Essentially, it's what we elves would call flu powder. You throw it in a fireplace, and it lets you transport to another fireplace that you've been to over the past month.
Diagonally.
Very much.
And you need to enunciate.
Well, that seems like that'll come in handy.
Start
So-
stalking people's fireplaces.
You just throw the fire in, and then what do you do?
I recommend saying the name before you throw it because, soup can get up in the lungs and that can mishap. But I think Iskra, Sonder, Galil should get one. The non-magic folks, that way y'all have a get out of jail free card,
Smart.
unless anyone else objects.
Wait, their jail cells have fireplaces?
You don't hear this.
I know.
Right?
I don't think they make fireplaces big enough for me. So it is best that it goes to everyone else.
Wonder how big of a
Specifically-
fireplace.
You must have touched the destination fireplace at least once before. So it's not just one that you have seen before. It's one that you have to have made like a physical connection with.
You have to burn yourself.
Walking into
Well-
people's houses, just touching the metal.
This
just
is
need to touch
really-
this
I
real
love
quick.
this
Dusty.
mahogany. that
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You just burst in, sprint towards the fireplace, tag it, and then
Run
run
away.
Mine!
I need all of them.
Gotta catch them all.
Jumping through windows, and
Fireplaces.
touching fireplaces.
I need this.
I don't
You saw
understand,
nothing.
officer. They just came in and touched the fireplace and left. I don't know what's going on. All right.
And
So,
what is it called?
Diamond
Fallen
dust,
diamond dust.
Frostfolian
Something.
Diamond.
Frostfolian Diamond Dust.
made by Shiva.
Yeah.
Can you summon her
Definitely.
too, Soul?
Cool.
What?
Can you summon Shiva as well, Soul?
Oh man, if I
That'd be
could.
awesome.
Aaron.
Hey, Aaron. Hey, Aaron. Yeah, you can totally summon Shiva. Go right, whatever you say, sweetie. Like when your parents are just like, that's nice, dear.
Wouldn't
I end
she
up
be
summoning
considered an
Anima.
elemental?
Ooh.
Or primordial.
Oh,
Could I decide how they look?
I mean, it is an elemental. I mean, I don't see it. That does.
Shiva, Ifrit, Titan, and Leviathan. Wait,
Come on,
no.
so we're going upstairs.
All right.
Oh.
So, now that you guys have started to hand out things, and if we are missing things in D&D Beyond, we'll work on that afterwards.
Yeah.
What? Anything else that you guys are wanting to do for the day, as it is going to be?
I need lunch. I'm tired. That
I'm
is,
gonna go start cooking.
please and thank you.
Need any help, Galil?
Sure.
I follow Galil to the galley.
Alrighty. So using that, you're able to prepare a meal. Okay. So, we'll just say that over the course of the day, you all are told that you won't arrive in your destination for 2 days. So you'll have 2 days at sea. Currently, you're going to be going south back towards the islands where you guys had left, but then you'll be coasting along the edges of the island chain. So you won't be going through the islands as those, that is dangerous waters. You will be finding a one of the last known islands of this chain is considered like neutral ground, and is generally where ships are kind of docked for a night before they continue on, unless they're trying to make a overnight journey, without stopping. So you guys have the rest of the day to do whatever you like.
I finished scribing my other scroll I've been working on.
Okay.
I'm gonna make boiled cod with chai butter, by the way. Dude, I've
What?
been looking
Boy
at
butter?
with chai butter. Wow.
You're making. Wait,
Yum.
what is this you're making again?
boiled cod
Boiled
with
cod?
chai. Broiled.
Yes, you did, Saul. Yes, you did.
Broiled. Okay. I was hearing boiled cod with like chai butter, and I was like,
With chai
boil in a dead man's toe.
now it's sounding way
No.
better. It's slowly starting to progressively get better. I was like, are you just throwing ingredients together to see
No,
what
I've
happens?
actually been, ever since I took the chef beat, I've been looking on Pinterest daily
Oh my god.
Nice.
for ideas.
Dedication. That is dedication,
No,
right?
this is make believe, right? No.
Yeah, I know.
He's like, no, but I
Make
kind
believe
of
with
really.
good damn
I-
food.
I've been looking at it too, just to make it in real life as well.
Right.
Soul's gonna
Okay.
peek his head in every once in a while, just kind of see which house.
Sniff the air.
Yeah,
Sniff the air, turn around, walk away, come back 5 minutes later.
yeah.
Just wait. Ever since this, I saw that we were going on the ocean. Wait until
Yeah.
I make spinach stuffed salmon.
Ooh.
Yum.
Dude, it looks amazing.
Okay, so you're doing this for lunch, or are you preparing this for dinner?
I'm doing the boiled cod with chai butter for lunch.
Roll for performance.
I know. Is there something that you need to roll for your chef's feat?
It doesn't tell me what to roll, but I know
Sleight of hand.
whenever I roll, I do that plus my proficiency bonus.
Okay, so we'll
Medicine
do.
check.
It's
Can you make some Red Lobster butter biscuits?
Oh no.
No, some Texas Roadhouse.
Can you roll with advantage because I'm being a sous chef?
Ooh.
Sure, I will allow it. So
What do I
Yeah.
roll? What do I roll?
So-
we'll
will be the
use
tester.
your either sleight of hand or performance, whichever one you would like.
Sleight of hand.
Probably sleight of hand.
21. Oh wait, with advantage.
Yep.
21.
Perfect. All right. So, unfortunately, I have failed to take into account your cooking skills, and I did not prepare broiling sound effects. But you can imagine the sound of cooking.
It's a good thing I bought groceries before
Yes.
as well.
Yes, you had an idea of some of the things as you were going through through the bazaar. You had located a couple of ingredients that you had been just dying to try in your recipes.
With the right spices and everything.
Yep. Mhm. Yeah.
Oh
All
wait,
right.
we are. Eating
What?
with that. I forgot to do the long rest.
Okay. Yes. Long rest. Here we go. Some cups.
I rolled for my arcane check for the spell scroll. I rolled a 18 plus 9. Definitely make the save.
Okay. As you're transcribing which spell?
Animate object. We're gonna have tons of little animate things.
Oh no. Animate.
Yes,
We're
I can
gonna
do
be-
up to like 8 animate creatures.
We're gonna be living in Looney Tunesville for real. It'll be like straight up the Beast's castle.
Galil, give me all the forks.
God.
Animate the
So-
silverware. Oh no. Okay, so
Soul is going to try to commune with nature and meditate,
Sure.
and with druidism and sylvan and such. Commune with the elements, because I finally decided what fourth level spell I'm gonna pick.
Alrighty.
Summon elemental.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I'm totally doing that now.
How about on the
Summoning-
boat? Oh my god.
I can
They're like-
prepare enough of this food for a number of creatures equal to 4 plus my proficiency bonus, by the way.
Excellent.
Okay.
And at the end of all short rests, any creature who eats the food spends 1 or more hit dice to regain points on an extra 1d8.
Nice.
And if I make it a baggie or whatever, like snack wise, it's temporary hit points for them whenever they eat it as a bonus action.
Oh,
That's delightful.
that's pretty awesome. I'm here for it. All right.
You're totally gonna have to start making skewers for us.
Ooh, you have no idea.
Stickers.
What vibe am I getting from the wind?
Make a perception check. Also, Soul, what is it that you are doing?
It's gonna sink our ship.
No, he's not. Basically, he was learning
things.
how to summon elementals.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this could be for the next 2 days or so.
Yeah. So you're just
So I can actually go over with Soul because I kind of like hear him, pondering it, and I can kind of crack my book open and be like, so, just how to draw your circle and how to do this. Make sure you do this because they're gonna completely freak out if you do don't do it, and they'll try to kill you. And yeah.
Love it.
So, why would I be doing out of curiosity? I'm not going to argue because I get an extra +1, but I am curious why I would be doing perception and not
not what?
religion.
Because you're just trying to get a sense for the wind.
Oh.
Are you doing like a prayer kind of thing? I thought you were just trying to
Yeah.
see what kind. Okay, that's different.
More of a prayer.
Okay, so
Don't get me wrong. I get a +8 to perception and a +7 to religion, but I feel like the religion one kind of
Okay,
fits me.
well, if you're doing more of like a prayer for like the wind kind of situation, that makes more sense. I was thinking you were just kind of trying to get a general idea of, not like that necessarily, but like a general idea of like taking a moment to feel what you can tell from the wind. But if you want to do something more religiously inclined, then go ahead and roll a religion.
$23.
23. Okay. As you are up in the mast, I'm assuming, right? Up in the crow's nest?
Yeah.
Okay. You get a sense that as you close your eyes and kind of like reach out to Hirsinos to feel the wind, there is that sharp, tangy smell that you are familiar with when it comes to like rains and a storm. And almost as you were like opening your eyes, you see in the distance it's been a somewhat cloudy sky, but you can see that in the direction that you are headed, there is a larger mass of clouds. The person that is up on the crow's nest with you, as you were kind of just chilling up there, there is a human woman that like sees the direction that you are looking and kind of like takes her pyroscope out as well.
Periscope.
Oh, and I have a boreal.
Periscope is in the submarine, but
Yeah.
that-
Spyglass.
spyglass. She takes out her spyglass. I forgot I have.
Yay!
I was about to say, you have one.
I know. I was like, oh wait, I actually have one of these things that I got it for for when we were doing the Sea of Thieves,
Mm-hmm.
and then found out that
and
I
I do
can't
have-
actually look through it because
Oh, that's
is-
horrifying.
Yeah, it is. There's like I cannot see anything through here.
I
But she
do
takes it
have
out.
advantage on perception checks having to do with sight of aerial eyes that are basically like eagle eyes.
Yeah. And as she is looking out there, you see, and she sees the same like distant little crackle of lightning kind of go down and hit the seas far ahead.
How severe do
Okay.
I feel it's gonna be?
It just the scent. It's that ionized air kind of smell to it. It's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like it could be pretty bad. You hear her kind of like mutter something under her breath. Damn it! Looks like there's going to be a storm. Do you see that?
Yes, indeed. And I just kind of jump off the crow's nest and glide down in front of the captain,
Okay.
assuming he's on deck.
He is currently not. It is currently the dwarven man Gildor that is manning the helm at the moment.
But yeah, I land in front.
Enjoying the sight up there.
I certainly was, but there's a storm on the horizon.
Yeah, I thought I smelt something funny in the wind. Well, if it's looks like it's going to stay where it's at, we're going to have a interesting evening ahead of us.
I think it will.
Well, I better start telling the crew, get them to batten down the hatches and whatnot, prepare just in case, make sure everything of yours is tied down below. Don't want anybody getting hurt by any tumbling objects.
Of course. And with that, I will go downstairs, just find the party.
Okay. Right.
Sonder. Come here.
Oh, I'll hand you my stuff.
Done.
Thank you.
Ready to go.
Is anybody going to claim the armbands?
What do the armbands do?
They-
We could divvy up later. I just barely wrote them all down.
Okay. Yeah. So, you guys feel the ship starts to rock a little more as it seems like there is the brisker air that is starting to blow. You can feel the pits of your stomach start to get a little woozy. Those of you who are more used to being on land. It's like everybody just like start going like this for no reason. That would be great.
I almost spill my ink. Like, God damn it!
Try to time it so we're all kind of going in the same direction at the same time.
Oh,
It's not working well. We've got delays.
mine's mirrored. Okay.
So walking in, I look to those of us who are still in that room. Storms on the horizon. It'd be a rough one.
Okay. Do we need to do anything?
Tie down what you can. Hold on.
To what?
That's for you to decide.
You hear?
Are Galil and I done cooking?
Yeah, I would say
Watching the pot just go.
Yeah.
Spilling back and forth.
the food's done.
You should go get everyone.
I go out into the area where everybody is gathered. Like, food's ready.
We're all sitting there with a bunch of rope, like.
I'm just
Not
giving
what
them-
it looks like.
Soul is the first
Or
one
is it?
down there.
Like, I'm not one to judge.
All right. You guys
But
are
no, seriously, did we miss something?
Apparently, a storm's coming.
It'll be strong.
I run back into the kitchen. There's a
Put the
storm
lid
coming,
on the
Galil.
pot. Put a lid on the pot.
Put a lid on it.
Splashing everywhere.
Okay. So you guys gonna?
They
after,
do realize I cook with the skillet, right?
I just picture you with a wok.
the galley has suddenly become payway.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
All right. So, as you guys are, you're gonna go ahead and eat real quick.
I don't want to have a full stomach and be rocking back and forth. I'm gonna hold it.
So
I'm
do you
gonna
think
be
we could keep
tiny.
this warm for now?
I could probably find a way.
Fire.
Just
Sonder,
Mhm.
I need you to roll a d4 for me.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
D4.
What
Ah,
category
shit,
is the
18 was
hurricane?
storm, wouldn't it?
Oh no! 4!
4.
Don't.
It's Katrina.
Oh, Jesus,
Like
no.
a ball.
All right. As
Wait, was that the category? Oh no!
you can hear the like ship bell from above, as like whistles start going off.
Whoa. Flashbacks. No.
Oh wait, that's angry shouting.
Even
That
more
was not the
flashbacks?
shout- that was not the shouting that I was. That was not the shouting I was looking for. Okay. As you hear the dinging of the bell, I thought it was gonna be a little more than just one ding, but you know, whatever.
Clang, clang, clang. The trolley.
Yeah. As you guys, are anybody going upstairs or no?
That's gonna be worse, right?
Um,
Right?
You can
Rocking
hear the
more?
movement of like several of the sailors like running up the stairs, and them kind of like running back and forth on the ship itself.
I'm just
After
putting
I
the
helped
skillet
Galil with
inside
everything,
the
then
oven.
and real quick, while everyone is still there, everyone hold on, just in case, just to be safe. He will cast water breathing on everybody,
Okay.
Smart.
up to 10 people.
Don't waste it on me. Waste it on that sailor. Over there. And
So I'll try
everything
to
else was-
do that then.
a random sailor's like, huh?
You're gonna live. You're gonna live.
You're
No,
gonna
no,
live.
no,
You're
no,
gonna
no! I don't know what you're doing.
It's like, you're cool, you're cool, you're cool.
Ew,
No.
Not you.
And then after that, I'm just gonna, kind of go upstairs also to see what's going on.
Yeah.
On
All
deck.
right.
I want to help with maintenance.
There's a lot of commotion going on.
You guys get up to the top of the deck. You can see now that the sails have been rolled up, and people are been crowding are now around the front of the ship. But you can see, you can see several of the sailors are kind of like in the fore of the ship, right?
How
Aft
dark
is
has
the
it
back.
gotten because of the
Rats!
storm?
All of the Sea of Thieves training's gone out the window.
The bow?
The bow.
Off the bow?
Ah, they got on the bow of the ship. Thank you. That was.
They left
yes.
only you, not her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're all at the bow of the ship.
Um,
You can see them kind of peering over the edge.
How dark has it gotten because of the storm?
It hasn't yet, but it is cloudy now. It's definitely overcast. The storm is still looks like it's a ways off. What are you guys doing?
I stayed down below. I'm just
Okay.
trying to hunker down.
I'm going upstairs and seeing if there's anything I can do to help.
So too.
If
I'm
we're
gonna-
done in the kitchen, then I'm gonna run up there as well.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna go
just
see what
put
all we're
some
looking at.
skillet inside the stove and left it there.
I would have eaten, but not too
Going
much
up.
to make me want to throw up.
You're still gonna eat. You're gonna take a couple of bites, just a couple quick bites.
Yeah.
And seeing the commotion, I would run up and look at whatever the heck they're looking at too.
I look for a
Renan,
bucket.
not quite boastingly, but looking around. Yeah, I've flown in worse storms than this.
Definitely.
Good on, dice. Oh no.
Quick.
Category
Grab.
4, chocolate store.
Are there any hatches that haven't been sealed that obviously look like they should have been?
Make a perception check.
Ah, it has to do with sight?
Sure.
Alright, cool. And
Watch it be
thank-
both ones.
And thank God. Alright, well, that was better. Oh yeah, I get a +8. Modded 20.
On a 20. You can see that most of what looks like some of the hatches are been kind of taken care of. That you don't need to worry about them. You can see a couple of things that some of the sailors seem to have left for the moment, and you kind of go behind them and finish that up really quickly.
Thaumaturgy. One of the effects is that you can cause an open door to slam shut. Just because.
No, yeah. No, that makes sense. I was just it just made me laugh. All right, so, as you guys those of you who are trying to take a peek to see what everyone's looking at, go ahead and make perception checks for me as well.
Okay.
I'm looking at the bottom of a bucket.
Yeah.
Make a Constitution check.
Oh,
Hey,
God.
16.
16 as well.
13.
Kindred, are you saying you chose to fail?
I'm saying I'm just expecting it in case it happens. I'm not gonna make a mess. It's in the bucket.
Dirty
enough.
20.
Alrighty, dirty 20.
I rolled a 2.
Dirty means unnatural 20, right?
Correct.
Okay, I don't want to make sure.
Dirty.
Let's see.
Dirty means whatever you want it to mean.
Okay.
Oh no, I thought that was just like extra gin. No, extra olive juice.
So, 22 for me and 24 for Oreo.
22 for
The
you.
cat actually came up.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. So as you guys are peering over the edge, kind of seeing what they're looking at, you can see now that there in the horizon there are a couple of like smaller like islands off in the distance, off on the starboard side of the ship. As you look that direction, about probably 200 to 300 feet in front of the bow of the ship itself, there is this roiling mass of water that's just kind of going around in a circle, not quite turning into any sort of whirlpool or anything, but it's just roiling and bubbling.
Uh-oh.
But you see that in the distance. It's like the water it almost looks like something is rising from below.
I get instantly scared.
I'm just gonna point my finger. Hopefully, I hit someone. Don't even looking from a bucket and message. What's happening?
Roll
Oh,
a
you have-
d12 for me.
Can you spice hammer?
Meanwhile, in Primordial, what are you? It doesn't have to hear me. I'm just saying that's what.
Yeah.
You said a D12.
Yep.
I say Starlight and Primordial.
Oh, a 12.
A 12. You
I don't
hear.
know if that's good or not.
I will say that goes to the soul. Soul, you hear the voice inside your head of Kindred asking, what is going on?
Can Soul tell the difference if it's through the spice murmur or through his spell message?
Yeah, I would say probably.
I'm sure by now I've done it enough. Probably get a hunch.
Okay. So what did I see with my
Your perception? That just the water's kind of roiling in this like
Okay.
it's with that perception check you could probably tell that it's a good like 70 feet wide, maybe close to 80 feet wide, this large mass of just water that's just kind of swirling around. Agitated water.
There is a huge disturbance in the water. It's spinning. I don't know what is causing it yet.
It is Umberly. She has come to finish the job.
Charybdis?
Right, keep pointing where I was. Meshes back. Is that good or bad? What is the captain saying?
Where's the captain? Can I tell where the captain is?
Looking around, you can see that the captain himself is now up on the ship. Captain Vornin, or Litton, I guess. Litton is up there, but he's talking to the dwarf that you guys had seen at the helm. And they're like, seem to be kind of like looking up out in the same direction that everybody else is, but from the back.
I get kind of in front of and beside Aliquin, so I'm able to grab him quickly if I need to.
Okay.
Can I do an insight check to get an idea of what kind of emotion the captain is showing? Like fear, worry,
Sure.
things like that? $15.
Just so careless. 15. Sacrifice the women and children. I love it. 15 from looking at the captain and the quartermaster. They do seem perturbed, I would say is the word.
Puzzled.
Yeah, they don't look. They're kind of like murmuring to each other at the moment, but they don't look like they're like scared or anything, but they don't look happy.
It looks like they are very concerned, but I do not sense that there is reason to be in fear as of yet.
Yay.
The ship's
As I
still
think that
kind
to
of
myself.
like is starting to calm a little bit, but it's not terribly calming by a lot. It's not rocking as hard as it had been whenever it was in movement. Now it's kind of more of a gentle rocking. But as you guys continue to watch,
I look to the crow's nest.
Mhm.
And what condition, like, how does the guy up in the crow's nest look like he's doing with this situation?
Lieutenant Dan.
from where you're at, make a perception check.
Uh, 25.
25.
Okay.
From this angle, I mean, they can see that she is still looking through the spyglass at whatever it is. And finally, as you're like looking up there, you can hear her like you see her put down the spyglass and like look, and then pull it up and then look again. She goes, "Look!" And everybody kind of like you can hear the murmuring start as everybody kind of looks again at the swirling mass of water as one large body, a humanoid body, seems to rise from the ocean itself.
Attack on Titan.
Dead.
Maybe not that big, but sizable nonetheless.
We know what to do.
But you see this body, like you see that the two outraised hands that are what initially broke the surface before the rest of the body, and then you see that there is a second, and a third,
Oh no.
and a fourth. As you see in this circle of roiling water,
Hail
four
Hydra.
large humanoids, probably standing about, I would say, let's see, they are giants.
So no tentacles at all.
No tentacles.
So
Are currently-
so Elkin like instantly calms down.
Not
Oh,
fair.
good. It's only
Guys, what is that
Giants.
noise?
It's only giants.
It's not the fun kind of tentacles. It is the bad kind. I'm kidding. Oh,
They're
I think there's reason to panic now. There's looks like 4 water giants.
Yeah,
people?
they standing about like 25 to or so feet tall. These 4 water giants standing in this circle, arms raised, looking up at the sky. You can see that you can see and hear as their like low chanting kind of starts to echo out across the water. We're not.
They're chanting something.
It may not be.
Would I just figuring what I think they are as a cleric of Hirsonos, if they are storm giants, would I know that that's what they are?
Make a. Ooh, what would this even be?
Could be history or
History? I know, it's like.
religion.
They're
Determine
humanoid, though.
Yeah, I know.
Make an anthropology check.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes, make an
Come on.
anthropological check for me, please, and thank you.
And then a
So
But I
that's
don't
intelligence.
have that.
So that's intelligence.
Yeah, we'll
I
just go with
can
intelligence.
do
Wisdom.
with so
As I
Just-
start
just
making
the
my way
wisdom
up there.
Yeah, we'll just do a wisdom check.
okay.
And we'll say because you have some knowledge as far as like some of these things go, you can use your proficiency.
Okay. So in reality, that would just be my
Taco.
religion.
Is it?
bonus.
Okay.
Because that my wisdom's +4, and then we should be at plus what for proficiency?
It should be on your character sheet.
What is
It'll
it?
be right there next to AC in that general area.
4.
+4.
It is +4, so it's +8.
Okay.
I rolled
think-
it farther than I.
I think next level it becomes +5.
I think so.
Okay.
So as I drunkenly make my way up to the top,
Uh-oh.
Oh
That's a
god, he's drunk.
26.
I'm not drunk. I'm just scared, and I don't have to see shit down. But what?
Oh dude, same with me. I got seasick before we left port.
We were still at the docks.
And I got seasick.
But what are we doing about that?
Well, they're
Can
chanting something.
Soul
So
understand what they're saying?
I don't.
Do you,
That's a
do you
26.
speak giant?
He does.
Oh.
oh,
Make an Arcana check.
And I'll point to the captain. Are we out swimming away from them? Rowing? What? Do we need to get away? What?
Are they friend or foe?
You see Litton kind of look around, like, where did that came from? Sees you, and he's like, you hear his voice return back to you. It's not sure. Those are storm giants. We don't often see them.
Yeah, I know, but do we need to get away from them? Because I can do something, but I need to know now.
He doesn't.
I rolled a 14, by the way.
14. You know that they are chanting something, but it seems like it's some sort of spell. It's almost familiar to you, but you're
What are
unsure
they-
what it is.
Are they looking at us, or are they in a circle facing each other?
They are in a circle facing each other.
I don't feel like they're trying to attack us.
But it
we
does
go
seem
around
like
them?
they are making a spell.
You can see now that water that is roiling around their feet has kind of started to expand a little bit, but now you can see that there's almost like this wind that kind of just starts whipping around in a circle around them.
I do not think that we should stick around to find out.
Right.
So we should get away from them. That's what we're saying.
Yes.
Okay, I look for like a first crew, first mate somewhere nearby. Where's the rope? Where do y'all?
The what?
Where do y'all keep your rope?
Well, there's most of the crew is at the front of the ship right now, looking to see what is happening.
As I'm trying not to like walk and just grab something, I'm pointing at like everything. Where's the rope?
You can see some of them turn around. You see plenty of rope around you, but there's none of it that's like just lying on the deck. Everything's tied down or part of the rigging.
I'll run up to the captain.
Okay. Like,
You have dealt with this before?
nope. but we've seen storm giants from time to time.
Do they attack? Are they hostile?
As far as I know, they've never messed with us.
How far away are we from them?
About 2.5 to about 250 and 200 feet.
Oh
250
shit.
feet.
Insight check.
They're
on
not
the
super
giant.
close. Go
They
ahead.
just appear it because they're that big.
Yeah. We just saw the waters moving, and so we figured we should probably find
And-
another direction. But
Right.
Yeah, our course.
21.
Are we like going?
They're-
have
they're-
to go through them or around them?
yeah, we'd have to. Well, I mean, you don't know which direction you're supposed to be trying to go.
True.
You've been
Oh, it's
under.
downstairs.
You've been under downstairs.
Yep.
It's all ocean. You can see that as now that you're on the deck, you can see that there are some distant islands that don't seem too far off on the starboard side of the ship.
Can we tell where the sailing star is if we look with our fingers in our hands?
Currently, you don't see any stars, as the clouds are like getting darker a little bit.
Lil. Come here. And then Sandra, you went to talk to the captain, right?
Yeah.
I'll point to you. Which way do we need to go?
I'll relay that.
We gotta go
Which
straight on the other side of them. We're going that direction.
are we going through them? Is there the way that we can go around?
Sure. But it would take a moment, and at the moment, I'm kind of wanting to see what that storm is going to do.
You want to go near the storm?
No, I don't. That's what I'm saying. If we keep heading that way, we might be good if the storm just blows over. But I don't want to head another direction and that storm hit us.
Right.
Okay, you relay that back.
What was my insight?
What did you roll?
21.
21? Hard to tell from this distance.
Galil.
Mm-hmm.
They don't
gonna do
seem
something.
to be focused on you guys at all.
I'm gonna do something, and I just don't go too far away because then it'll ruin the spell. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I can turn us both into blue whales, and we can push the ship and just kind of steer it away. Last for an hour. All right.
Having
don't push too
not
hard.
heard this, Renan's jumping off and flying towards the giants.
Oh God.
Okay.
Here we go.
So I will message Sonder back. Sonder, tell the captain we're gonna turn into whales and help steer the ship a safe distance, not too far into the storm, but keeping our distance and just try to keep it.
The storm looks like it's like several miles out away. It's not like it's right about to hit you, and that's why he's wanting to wait because he's
Oh,
not
okay.
sure
I
which
thought we're
direction.
like,
No.
Okay.
It's not like the storm is like super close. It's in the on the horizon still. It's just it looks really bad, and it looks bad enough that he doesn't want to. He's wanting to try and avoid it. If it looks like it's just gonna get closer, he's trying to determine what he's gonna do next.
okay. So then I'll tell you, worst case scenario, I'll do that to us, and we can help steer the ship where we need to go.
Renan, what are you doing?
Well, considering it's only been like 6 seconds.
Yeah, no. I meant like,
flying
what
off
was
the-
you're flying that direction? Okay. So you take off from the ship and start flying towards the giants. Those of you who are still watching, like, what's going on? Did you hear this like low, resonating like chant from these giant people standing on the water off the bow of the ship? We're gonna go on break.
Okay.
And we'll
Renan, what are you doing?
What are you
fire.
doing? The Ring of Fire! The Ring of Fire! All right. So, on that note, we'll be back in like 10 minutes as we refill our glasses and take a quick potty break. And we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We'll find out if Renan is going to get swatted like the bug that he is.
Nap.
Yeah.
before we piss off our loyal patrons, let's.
Yeah, I know. All right,
Loyal?
we back. Hello. All right, guys. So, as wow, your name literally went boop. Renan, as Renan flies towards the giant armor, I've already swatted you from the campaign. Clearly,
Renan flew into a swirling ring of water.
Oh my god.
yeah.
You went down, 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 and you drowned.
Yeah.
Aw. We can beat the water.
No,
now.
you don't because you have underwater breathing.
True.
Yeah. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Dispel magic.
Oh,
One.
All right. So, as you are flying towards these giants, what are you doing?
Well, until I get over near them, nothing. But once I get near them, I'm just gonna be going around them. And I'll use thaumaturgy to make my voice boom. Brothers and sisters under the sky, may I ask your purpose here?
You hear them continuing their low, deep vibrato of like a chant that kind of just like echoes and crackles across the water like thunder or crashing waves. As you like fly in a gentle circle, you start to get into this wind funnel that's kind of swirling around them, and you have to struggle a bit to keep on a stable flight path. Go ahead and make a dexterity check for me.
Just regular dex?
Mm-hmm.
Modded 19.
As you, holy shit!
Renan as the Coast Guard plane would be wonderful.
Yep, you called it.
Called it. I was like,
Yep,
where
you
did
called it.
where did Sonder go? I was like, I have a feeling he went to go retouch his makeup.
You look like old Greg. Got Bailey's.
I kind of look like old Greg. The lighting it's more blue like in real life, and for some reason the video is making it look green.
It's
Yeah.
it's fine.
The intention's there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Very water genasi to
It's
me.
the Jelly Green
Yes.
Giant.
This is all my fault.
This is all my fault. This is how I've done this. Okay, so as you like occasionally that gust of wind as it like swings past you, you were able to kind of like duck and weave through it a little bit. It's a little tricky at times because this is not a natural air current. But eventually one of the giants like ceases its talking and looks over at you because you've been speaking in giant, right? Or no, what were you speaking in?
I was speaking in common because knowing the giants of my world,
Yeah.
I would probably know that they only speak common and giant, and I don't speak giant.
Okay. There is this more of a crackling thunder that comes from the distance, and as they're like, one of the giants kind of lowers its hands a little bit and turns to you. You see these bright, almost flashing like eyes of emerald green. They kind of look over at you and watch you as you fly around.
What is your intention, small creature?
Pulls out a fly swatter.
I only wish to know if my people will be in danger.
They will be in danger if we do not finish our task.
Is there anything that a cleric under Sky can do to aid you?
Not unless you know to control the weather and the elements.
And he goes back to like speaking in his in the giant language and raises his hands again as he continues chanting in time with his compatriots.
So I gather they're trying to hold off the storm. Insight, I guess.
Well, I mean, you can make your own deductive reasoning. What are you gonna do? Those of you on the ship, what are y'all doing?
Standing by Galil, like going back and forth, pointing to Sonder, like if we get too close, going into Wales to steer us away and keep us safe.
Because at the moment the ship's kind of just like drifting a little bit, but not really.
So I'm just kind of like holding onto something stable, just waiting it out to see, like, in case I need to act.
Just squinting at Renan.
You can feel the wind is kind of like blowing now more towards the ship as the storm kind of starts to move towards you. You can see it's making a slow progress. It's not a quick moving storm. Does seem to be approaching the clouds, reaching that top where it just kind of like flattens out and starts to spread across. What are you guys doing?
Soul is going to keep entangle on hold in case he sees if ship gets too rocky and if people look like they're about to fall over, he'll cast it at their feet.
Okay. What are you guys doing? The rest of you. Renan, what are you doing?
Whether they understand this part or not is irrelevant. In Primordial, I will simply say best of luck to you before gliding off back to the ship.
Okay. So you get back to the ship?
When I do, I'm going to go to the crow's nest and I'm going to prepare redirect lightning case as a reaction.
Alrighty. What about the rest of you? What are the rest of you doing?
I'm standing with Iskra, just like watching the giants and stuff.
Hey, you could charge up your necklace.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Give it
no.
another blast, run up on top of the crew's nest and hold it up.
I like glance at Iskra.
What could possibly go wrong this
I
time?
glance at Aliquin and look down at the necklace, like, it seems pretty charged still.
Good call.
I don't know if I'm in the mood for another jolt.
Please don't die, not yet.
Alright, what are you guys doing?
You
Moving
ready,
off to
Kingdom?
wait to see what happens?
Yeah, I'm just kind of like watching the captain and just waiting in case we need
Okay.
to.
I'm gonna focus on the water around the bow of the ship and see if I can't do anything to try to smooth it out a little.
Sure. Make an Arcana check.
I'm a monk, I'm using key.
Oh, yes. Make a key check.
Yeah, I have no idea what that would be.
Oh.
Wisdom, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it might as well be an Arcana check.
Except it's a very different int
Yeah.
versus Wiz.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, 17.
17.
They don't use magic.
You can see that there is like these little outline ripples of waves that are being created and tossed by this slowly gathering storm. That's kind of swirling around them and slowly kind of expanding outwards. You're able to kind of keep the waves from buffeting too much of the front of the ship as it kind of smooth it out just before it strikes the ship. But only
Yeah,
just barely.
that's all I'm trying because I know that I won't be able to do anything more.
Sure.
Run
Not
up
that
and
good.
assist her with that,
Sure.
if I can.
Between the two of you, you're kind of able to steady the ship from rocking, just kind of creating like this little buffer of water that goes around, calms right before as it hits the ship. So that
When
it
I
doesn't-
notice Sonder helping, I tell him to go to the other edge of the ship so that we can focus
Got
on
it.
one side or the other.
All right.
One on port
Y'all
and one
doing
on
the-
starboard.
Avatar thing where you're both like trying to.
Ah, there you go. Just
My hands don't match my face. Down here.
Yeah. In our imagination, they do.
But yeah, like you're totally doing like a smoothing motion, like we're like sweeping it away from the.
This is
Alrighty.
perfect.
The thunder gets a little louder, and you can see now that there's like this. Some of the water around the giants themselves is like starting to reach up, almost like in waves, as if it's like alive with fingers of water kind of reaching up. And finally, as they.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, what? What were you saying?
Have we coasted closer to the giants now? Like,
No.
you said we were about. Okay.
No, you're still the same distance.
Okay.
As this is starting to kick up, there's that finally one loud burst of lightning that kind of streaks down and strikes the water, right in the middle of all four of them. It just out of almost nowhere, it careens down and strikes the water. And in that moment, as the lightning strikes, you can see there's like a blinding flash from it, and everyone kind of looks away. The chanting remains, but there are no giants.
Oh shit.
And we all heard the chanting
Sacrificed
now.
their lives
Yeah.
for us.
Well, you hear the chanting, but it's almost as if the wind is just carrying it before it finally fades away, and that roiling mass of water starts to calm.
Can I try to Arcana check what they were casting?
Sure. But
You understand?
I mean, well, yeah. No, you can go ahead.
There's now one four-headed mega giant.
With Super
Hydra
King
giants.
Kamehameha Biatch.
With the gold.
I am Wabbajack.
6 arms.
Yeah.
22.
22. 22. Not a lot of this magic seemed familiar to you. You gather it was probably something to do with the weather. What it was that they were doing exactly. Since you had not really been paying attention to it the whole time, it was just kind of more towards the end. The little bits of it that you were able to see kind of seemed something along those lines.
Is
And
the
then
storm still there?
I was just about to ask that.
Yes.
Make a perception check.
Or it gets worse.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like, did they
Is it,
fix
like,
it?
dying
Did
down?
they- I have a very bad perception. 6.
Got some rain in your eye.
I do.
So I'm gonna look around to see if the
Just
storm's
looking at
getting
Esperanza
better.
all day.
There's a
I'm inside.
30% chance it's still raining.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
Damn. all
Oh,
right.
everyone's doing perception checks now? Okay.
All right.
was
Oh,
at the
what?
front.
We are?
No, I thought he had asked, so I was.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, sure. But if you're all doing it, sure.
Can I? I'm gonna pull out my spice glass and see if I can see anything.
Sure, make perception check with advantage because you have a spice glass.
Disadvantage because I mage hand my finger over the lens.
My mage head was transparent. Bug it off.
It's like fog.
It's like
That being said,
24.
I got a 15 the first time with my bonus, but my advantage natural 20.
nice.
So 28 if that matters.
28. All right.
20 as well.
24. I'm looking at the area that we last saw the giants.
I fail these all the time, so I'm just gonna. Everyone else can do it.
All right.
I'm focused on keeping the boat steady.
I'm fairly
right,
certain that
that's
I'm in a dirt grave right now.
So then you do see that now that they do seem to be gone, the waters around you seem to be calming a little bit. It's unclear if the storm is getting better or worse. It doesn't. The wind that was kind of blowing your direction seems to have lessened. But for the moment, you feel this like a sense of calm. You can hear amongst the crew as they kind of start talking to each other, just murmurs of like, where did they go? What's happening?
We are in the eye of the storm.
So
They're like, the storm's over there, though.
Oh.
In Primordial, thank you, Hirsonos, for delivering us from any fate.
You hear a response. It goes, what?
I didn't do that. I tried to kill you. It didn't work.
So it's going
You
to
let this damn giant stop me.
Whose side are you on? So I was gonna cast a druid craft and predict the weather at this location for the next 24 hours.
All right. After casting this spell, it's letting out all of your meteorological equipment and kind of just like scanning the horizon.
He's got a Doppler radar.
I'm imagining the little wind vane that has like the little cups, just kind of like four cups that just kind of spin really fast.
Well, he summons a chicken, and then depending on which direction.
Okay, I like that. Hey, this is how that druid craft works.
There's a ping that comes out of his forehead in each direction, and it does a Doppler check.
A green screen appears behind Soul.
Partly
sunny.
It's gonna be slightly cloudy over here.
Whatever you want.
And Hollywood weather.
Today
Back,
on the
back
weather.
to you.
The Soul with KOS weather.
Doom, doom, doom.
Oh my god. Well, you gather
Next,
that it's
Sonder
going
with sports.
you gather that it's going to rain, but the presence of that large storm seems to be dissipating. You can kind of feel that magic in the air. This is kind of still, it's a slow effect, this whatever it was that they're doing, but slowly it seems this large storm may be just a storm instead of whatever tragedy it could have befallen everybody else.
It seems that this storm may not be as bad as it could have been. It looks like it will still be a storm, but probably not as bad. Do we want to maybe delay a
Not
bit
a
before
category
we
4?
continue? What was that?
So not a category 4?
Don't know what that means, but I don't think so.
I don't think they use that system here.
Oh, I don't think so either.
Our metric.
Big storm.
Renan just excitedly lands next to Aliquin. You use categories on your world too?
Yeah, I thought everyone did.
What are they talking
Apparently
about?
not, these uncultured swine.
Oh, I miss home.
Well, we better get back to work. You can hear the quartermaster shouting from the back and behind you guys as like the deck hands start moving about their tasks.
We've had good luck with our encounters with giants.
So far. So
Storm
I'm glad that it
giants.
wasn't a category Tarask. Okay.
You're asking
Storm
for it, okay?
giants
Keep
on
it up.
my-
You're asking for it.
Storm giants on my world tend to be some of the more civil of their kin.
To give you an idea of like the size of a storm giant to a Sonder.
Whoa.
Oh, he's just a wee little lad.
I'm so tiny. Wow, I could like sleep on his foot as a pillow.
As a pet.
His like toe is like a pillow.
There you go.
That's cool.
I do not have four of them, but
Everyone kind of like go back to their business. I'm just gonna like nudge Galil since I've been standing by him. Can I talk to you
I guess.
privately as best we can?
Well, follow me back to the kitchen. I'm pretty sure I need to go touch up the food.
Yeah, lunch.
at this
Okay.
point, mid-afternoon dinner.
A late lunch, yeah.
When's second breakfast?
All right.
So, before we left at Tet, I might have done something with Carp that could have really serious consequences.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see me pull out the skillet? What do you mean?
So you know how apparently I have a dad that's alive and a lich, and he did all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I may have talked Carp into trying to contact him.
And how did that go?
Did not go as I had planned or I had hoped. Not at all. And if I can be honest with you, I'm really scared to go into Thay. I think he might be able to track me, and that could just blow our cover.
Don't you think he would be able to track you ever since you were born?
I don't know, but just hearing his words is very menacing.
There you are.
I cast Banishment on Santos.
Goes to breakout room. Bye.
But yeah, I tried to keep his prying eyes from seeing too much, but I don't know what all he was able to see. Also,
So what you're saying is, be on guard. That's why you always use non-detection every day. Got it.
I thought you knew this already about. Yeah. But yeah, it's just. It's one thing to just, put guards and wards up against one spine, but when you put a face to a person that would want to get into your mind is a little different, especially when it's on a higher up scale. But don't tell the others yet. I just feel like they're just gonna make a big deal out of it.
Oh, don't worry.
And the last thing I want is to see me nervous and just on edge.
Aren't you already vet?
Shut up. And where does this skillet go?
So, as everyone
Grabs it, takes it, makes a plate.
people start coming down to the galley as the smells of broiled cod, right? With chive butter, not chai butter, because that would be very different flavors.
Yeah, boiled cod with chai butter would be.
I could see that being a thing.
Maybe it would be good. I don't know. I normally don't mix chai with my fish.
Boil a
but-
fish in some tea.
Some chai. Boil some
You
fish
never
in it.
know.
Yeah, maybe it's
It'd be
good.
like a curry fish.
If I find it, I'll let you know.
Bye.
The Soul walks in. He's like, "Are you guys done telling secrets? Because I'm done pretending that I'm not starving."
Oh, Soul, I'm sorry, I didn't make enough for you.
Soul is gentle unless there's food involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walks in behind.
Keep Soul
That's all right.
gentle.
He can have
It's
mine. Just pats him on the shoulder.
It's like, Soul, I'm over here, by the way.
Oh no.
Stop talking to the door.
Oh no.
That's okay. The swarm of spiders that I'll summon won't need to use their eyes to. Plenty of eyes to find you.
Oh no.
That's a lot of glasses.
There's a lot of glasses
Blind spiders. They're all like.
bumping into
Bumping
walls
in-
and things.
Yeah.
I need my spectacles.
Oh my god. Okay, so you guys spend some time then eating this deliciously prepared food. What were the benefits that they get from your cooked food again?
When
Botulism.
someone I'm checking this right now. Botulism, really?
Poison.
You have been poisoned.
Kindred.
4,
Chef.
5.
Satisfied taste buds.
As part of you can cook special food, provided you have ingredient, blah blah blah. You can prepare up to 4. At the end of the short rest, any creature who eats the food and spends 1 or more hit dice to regain hit points regains an extra 1d8 hit points. So meaning when you take a short rest with it,
We can
gain
heal extra when we heal.
Yeah. You heal extra 1d8.
How long does it last?
Until your next short rest.
Yeah. The snack one though,
Well, this
the special treats last 8 hours after being made.
yeah. This is just
And that's
a
the
meal.
temporary one. Yeah, this is just for the meal.
All right. Cool. Ready? So make a note of that. I'll say at this point it's probably about 4 or 5 in the afternoon, because you guys have lost some time to the delay for being able to get underway again.
Well, if we're only gonna have one meal today, I'm glad it's a good one. This turned out really well, Galil.
Glad you're late. I have something I want to prepare for dinner, but I don't know if we have time.
What's that?
You'll find out.
Oh no. And thus starts the experiments in the kitchen.
If it has anything to do with wings, you can do it without my presence.
Sensing the awkward tension, I kind of like take my plate and I'm gonna go up to the deck, just to hang out up there.
Alrighty. Go up on the deck, and it is a nice. There is definitely a heavy overcast to the sky right now, but it is not the storm that you had seen in the distance. It definitely feels like has dissipated. It is a strong wind, but it's not the terrible storm that you had kind of thought was going to be happening. So, well, anything else that you guys want to do for the rest of the day?
Yes.
I am going to meditate and thank Bahamut for not letting us die.
So that was everything that we received from the princess, correct?
Yes. I mean, that was everything that was in that box.
Aye.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Probably need to go to the top deck and just kind of practice wind forms, and before, assuming nothing else exciting happens before the long rest, I'm gonna go up to the crow's nest, and that's where I'll trance.
Okay.
So I'll help Galil put everything away. So you have some more free time?
Yeah, right.
That thing you showed me?
Which one? Oh, that one. Yes. Sorry, Adam's memory wasn't thinking.
And I'll pull out my crystal ball. You want to check on someone with me?
Sure.
And we will go somewhere quiet and dark. And I will attempt to scry on Amaranth. Non-detection.
Alrighty.
As
So,
I pull out my little Rolodex of body parts and pull out the vial containing her slush.
1, 2, 3. It has been 3 days.
all right.
Ew.
So,
No, I'm not gonna do that.
you go to you find yourself in the storage area, because right now in the crew, like where they sleep, there are a couple people who are currently resting. So you figure for more privacy, it's probably best to go and sit on some of the crates that you have that are stored away at the bottom of the ship. You set up your scrying orb. Billy, you stand there with him. You sit there with him, pulling up a crate as well. And you start your
Engine.
You start your spell.
Oddbots roll out.
She gets a minus 15 to her save.
Right. Okay. So, with that, as you place your hand over the orb, start to think and cast a spell in the direction of focusing on Amaranth. Your mind tries to expand outwards. You can see the clouds within the orb itself kind of like start to spin and turn. But then the spell stops.
So either she's guarded against this, or she still hasn't got a body back. So, who next?
Valindra?
A little trickier. I don't have anything from her, but let's give it a go.
All right.
We got all afternoon. No.
Oh no, we do. Your head's gonna explode. Okay. So let's see if you are doing that.
Oh no, Itch. I have a list.
Yeah, I bet.
Now that I think about it, before going up to practice my wind forms, I would invite Iskra to come with.
Okay.
Yeah, I do think I probably should keep practicing.
The wind is already at your disposal up there.
So I'll head up there with him.
Woohoo! Airbending practice. Sorry.
And while I'm sitting and half finishing eating,
Yeah.
my little spell book that I have, I'm gonna crack it open to one of the very last pages that's actually blank, and I'm gonna attempt to do my best to draw. I know it's not a map, but I'm gonna try to draw what I saw in the scroll, just so I can keep it fresh in my memory.
Sure. Make a wisdom.
Yeah.
Actually, wisdom. Yeah, wisdom.
History?
Don't you remember what happened the last time you thought about it? You went crazy.
Good, sure. And we ain't got no strange women in robes.
We ain't got no Sisters of Devos.
I have a bead.
And I have this conch shell.
Oh no.
And I am Georgia.
And Galileo still needs to talk to Eloquent.
So a 18 for me for wisdom check.
18.
I mean,
All
I know
right.
it's not I know it's not like a map or anything, but I know it. In my brain, it was from the corner of the little scroll, it looked like a tree that had fallen, and it's the main branch and all little branches off, but it was all pulsating, it's black little ink stuff. I'm just gonna do my best to
Okay.
and put a question mark beside it.
Is you're kind of munching on some hardtack.
Right.
Yeah, some of the little hard biscuits and stuff that they had served with the meal. You kind of absent-mindedly, as you allow the pen to kind of flow along the paper from one side to the next. Then you bring it again, and you bring the second line. And you kind of it flows smoothly like a river that you imagine it to be. You kind of get lost in it as you just keep adding these ribbons of ink across the pages, across the paper. And you flip the page and you start doing it again. Next
Done
way.
lost him.
And now they're like moving. It's almost like the more you stare into it, the more that these lines seem to just move and undulate with each other. You flip to the previous page, flip back to this one, flip to this one. Kind of like hold it up in the, like where the page is like directly in the middle. And then you kind of like start bending the paper so that it kind of like does this. And you can see now that the lines that you have drawn on one leaf tend to like move and connect at various points with the lines that you've drawn on the two pages that are like flat on each side.
I take another bite.
You start rubbing your finger on the ink and kind of start smearing these little lines across the pages, almost making like little artery shapes that kind of like branch outwards but then fade away into nothingness at the edges of the paper. You guys see the ink on your hands and just kind of start rubbing it in shapes on the at the edges of the paper, almost like strange runes that you kind of are forming with these thumb smears of ink at the very, making it almost like a border that kind of goes all around the edges. And you're just kind of lost in thought.
Does Aliquid seem to be behaving like stranger than normal? Or is this just kind of similar to his normal studies?
Make a perception check.
I forget that there's ink on my fingers, and I just kind of scratch my face, and they like little ink,
little
ink smudge.
Yay! I actually rolled a high perception. It's synthetic 20.
I like that.
I love that, a synthetic 20.
Synthetic. All right, I like that.
As you and Renan are on the deck of the ship, kind of going through these forms, your eyes kind of keep tracking over as you move. You see that Aliquin is sitting there on the deck of the ship, his back pressed up against the railing, as he's just kind of really focused on this book that is on his lap. Like he's like eating, and you see that like half of the biscuit that he's kind of, or bread piece that he is eating is like just crumbled on his shirt, but he doesn't seem to be paying any attention other than to it. And he kind of like, you can see his brow furrowed in concentration, and then he kind of like, he just keeps cocking his head to the side as he's looking at the book, and then you can see him like dip his finger in the ink well and just kind of like do this weird, like, I don't know how to describe it, just like rubbing the paper between his fingers as he's kind of like looks like he's making like this weird finger painting basically with the ink, almost.
I mean, he's done all kinds of rituals before, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna insight and see if he seems okay.
Yeah.
He's singing to himself. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
That one is
Careful.
26.
26.
Are you alright, Aliquin?
He's lost in thought.
I will eat your soul.
He looks far away, like he's like, it's that 1,000-yard stare of like looking out into the distance, but he's staring straight down, and he doesn't even seem focused on the pages that are in front of him.
Okay, I'm gonna stop. Renan, thanks. I gotta stop. And then I walk over to Aliquin and put my hand on his shoulder.
It instantly like startles me. Like break
Like-
out, slam the book shut, and whoa. Hi, I thought you were training with yeah.
Just making sure you're still with us.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just You know, I noticed there's crumbs all over me, so I kind of like
Yeah.
brushed the crumbs off, and I don't know, I was just daydreaming. That's all.
Yeah, what about?
Just warlock stuff. I kind of like give this like face of like
this face right here that I'm doing.
just warlock stuff. Nothing really to be concerned over. Just thinking.
Sure. Well, I'm just a few planks away if you need me.
Which book is it that you were writing in?
Like
Like a physical book, or is it like your book, a shadow book?
I'm a book of shadow book.
Okay. So then, like as he slams that book shut, you can see it just kind of like sitting on his lap. It almost seems to just kind of exude this like, when something is either like almost like not steam. I guess it's more when something's really cold, like dry ice. Kind of has that like little mist that goes around. It's almost like that, but like little inky bits of darkness. And then like as he's like talking to you, you just see it like it almost like goes into his legs, just kind of like fades away. You've seen him use it before, but it's just like this situation just kind of makes it even more unnerving.
Well, don't go too far, Eloquin.
I'll be right here. You'll always know where to find me.
I go ahead and just head downstairs.
Okay.
And I'm gonna open up my box, but we can do that later.
Okay. So anybody else? Okay, Kindred and Galil, you were doing your spycraft.
Lend your shadow, bitch.
All right. What's the spell DC?
It's just -5 just because I know her. I don't have anything personally of hers. Oh, and it's DC 17. Sorry.
It's wisdom or intelligence?
Oh, Constitution. Let me see. It's fine. Wisdom 17.
All right. So as you focus your attention, this time on Valindra. Yeah, no, because I'm like, okay, time frame from where you are, then taking into account time frame of where she is at.
Please pan out to the world.
Yeah. I was like, that would be like earlier in the day, not later in the day. Okay. So your mind refocuses again on Neverwinter. And you can see just for the briefest flash of the city from the outside where you can recognize where it's at. And you can see a carriage that is being driven through the city. Going through the city streets, you can see that there are people kind of moving out of the way as this carriage is being drawn. For the briefest moment, you can see through the window, and you can see there inside of this carriage is a well-dressed woman of familiar face. And she seems to be, at the moment, kind of reading a book as the carriage is being drawn.
Okay, I see the book.
Make a perception check.
Ooh, 19 for a 21.
21. Can't make out what the words are, but it doesn't look like it looks like it's just text all the way through. So it's either some sort of novel, or it doesn't look like a manual or a spell book of any kind. You see no like symbology to it. It's just words.
It's Tom Clancy.
Definitely.
Cosmo.
She's reading Hunt for Red October. All right.
It's 50 Shades, and she's blushing.
50 Shades of War.
My.
And then all you hear is the wand turn on.
Oh my god. Good grief.
I brought it to that edge of
Yeah.
like still respectable,
And then Galil.
yeah.
Will just drove right off.
He didn't just drive off. He kind of did like Fast and the Furious, like zoomed right over the edge.
4D batteries.
But I never stopped watching.
Okay. All
For
right.
10 minutes.
So you watch her for the full 10 minutes?
hmm
Okay.
I want to see where she's going. What's this bitch up to? Because I hate her, and we want to circle of death her face.
Right.
Not the Lundra, but Death Bell for me. But yeah.
Both of them.
You're gonna put her in your burn book.
Oh,
It's already in there.
She's in there.
You
That's
see,
that.
you spend
She's
the
Multiple pages.
as you watching the carriage get drawn through the streets of Neverwinter, you can see that it makes its way to the dockyards, and there is a ship, a large, like, vessel that is currently docked, and so you can see her as she like exits the ship.
Onto the shipper.
What
She
kind of ship?
exits. No, she exits onto like the docks and starts walking towards the ship.
Okay.
And that's about when the spell fades. And by that point, starts to fade. You can see her walking down the pier towards where you can see people are boarding this vessel.
Knowing I'm coming to the limits of my spell, can I try to perceive a name of a ship or like anyone? Just last minute attempt.
Sure. Make a last minute perception check. Is like the surrounding area is still really hazy to you, but you try desperately to kind of move your vision to try and see whatever it is. But from this
And
angle, there doesn't.
camera left.
Yeah, from this angle, you're like it's one of those game glitches where the camera like goes downwards and like all you see is like the underside of the docks for some reason. And you're like, no, what's happening? Gets caught
First
on
person
something.
shoot.
Yeah,
Stupid joystick.
the camera gets like stuck on a pole and you just can't get it. You just like character keeps walking. Yep. All right. Vision gets pulled back and you're now back in the ship again.
Well, bad news is she's alive still. She was in Neverwinter going to the docks. I couldn't see what ship she was heading to, or if she was talking to someone, but don't you think that's kind of odd?
Just a lot. Considering where we're at.
Exactly. We're on the same page.
So, keep your card up. Check in on her. Every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
And if we ever meet her again, someone snatch her wig.
Just snatch something. I hate her.
Was she alone or was Deathbell there?
She was the only one in the carriage.
It was her. She was by herself. Or at least as far as I could tell.
Okay. Anything else that you guys are wanting to do?
I can usually only do about 2 of these a day before it starts getting a migraine. But we'll check up. We'll keep checking back.
Okay. While you do that, I'm gonna go find Alvin.
Okay.
I'm still sitting there. I'm actually thinking to myself, like, of all the cities we've been to, all the people that we've met, do you know of anybody that, like, where I can buy maps or someone who can make maps or?
Yeah.
Wait, who are you having this conversation with?
I'm just thinking it to myself, really.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
just
okay.
like,
I was like, wait, who are you asking?
I'm
I
just.
think I know.
Have you tried the map shop?
I mean, which city? Oh, okay, you know what? Fine.
We have better map shop,
Yes,
though.
we have.
We have a mapper in the party.
Oh,
A mapper?
well, you know what? I'm gonna do this in the Despised Murmur thing. Just hey, map stuff.
Oh, don't you mean back in Neverwinter Masqueroo's map shop?
What
There you
about that
go.
stuff?
Forgot about Masquerade.
That weird blue guy that spoke in riddles and wanted money for every little thing.
And he was floating all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow,
Like a bridge
flashback.
troll or something?
He was a troll, all right.
Something was off about him.
Does that cover it?
But good to know.
Oh, I just realized Alucard's never met him.
Yeah, I never did. But I mean, me, Alucard, never met him. But the character Alucard, no, actually, no.
No.
Because you left him
I wasn't.
Vandalin.
Yeah, yeah. Kendrick just let me go.
Oh, hey,
Sure.
first off, you left and jumped in the blue portal shit, okay? It freaked me the fuck out. You
Yeah,
left
you
me.
You just went, disappeared.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
I already told you I'm going to go find Alucard.
Okay.
Did someone say map shit?
Yeah, I'm.
Your face.
I'll be back and you go
I said
map
map shit all
fast.
over your face.
Does anybody know how to make maps here?
Yeah. I can help, and I should add some extra paper. Where are you at?
I'm just out on the deck. By the. Where am I? By the mast, or am I just like by like one of the bulkheads? Just kind of sitting there.
Yeah, you're sitting
Okay.
along the. I mean, it's not like it's a giant ship. You're
No.
pretty easy to spot.
I'll be right up.
Alrighty. I'm just gonna sit there and twiddle my thumbs until then.
Okay. Yeah. So you go up there with whatever supplies you have.
Mm-hmm. What can I draw up for you?
Book. Well,
Just like shadowy book, just like appears in his hands.
I want to see if I can like have a map made of, and I kind of like flip through the pages of this. And is there any map that we've seen that like kind of matches it? Like like how these little lines here, they kind of like intersect. This one here
Right.
goes like
That one there.
way, kind of in a way.
The diagonal one.
Mm-hmm.
That looks familiar. Let me see. Can I make a history check with proficiency?
Sure.
Okay.
So you're trying to just see if you recognize what the map is?
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's no like land markings on there at all. It's just like straight lines, right? Just like
It's just wavy lines.
yeah.
8
8?
with proficiency 8.
No, you have no idea what this is. It literally doesn't even look like a map. It just looks like it like kind of like he said, it almost looks like a tree trunk that then kind of like starts to divide in all of these different outshoots.
You know, if
they make weird, it almost looks like more of a abstract painting where it's just like a solid mass of black that just kind of like starts splitting and then splitting upon splitting. It goes across from one page, and then he kind of flips the page over and they kind of match on the other side,
Yeah, see,
and then
like
kind of like slowly start gathering together. But then there's also like these weird, like there's just the page is a mess. It looks like a 5-year-old.
Yeah,
Like,
if only
with
we had a
ink.
schizophrenic kindergartner to help make it a little more accurate.
I heard that.
I would say that this is either Iskadril, Isdrasil, or a family tree, but not a map.
A family tree, did you say?
I kind of thought of that in my head too.
Yeah. I butchered that pronunciation.
Okay.
Yggdrasil. I don't know. But I don't
World
think it's a
tree,
map.
right?
You what?
I don't think that's a map.
World Tree.
But I'd be happy to draw it out for you.
About this time, Galil walks up on the deck.
Let's see. Oh, there he is.
Maybe the
Gonna go walk
captain
up to them?
knows. He would also be.
Ooh,
He might be a little more.
Who?
maybe.
What are you doing?
I'm just curious. I just want to know if like and kind of like glanced at Galil if if this is a map of some sorts, if someone could recognize maybe landmarks or location, anything. I was actually thinking about
Seeing it. Does it look similar to the map that I saw?
Make a perception check.
I mean, I was thinking that maybe like the captain of the ship, he's in many places. Maybe he knows.
You are not
Let
going to drive a
me-
captain crazy.
Let me get him.
25.
25. It's kind of hard to tell just because it's not doing the pulsing, moving, weird, changing thing. But you do see that it is very, very similar. You can see style-wise, it's kind of what he put forward.
I mean,
Talk before you do that?
sure. I mean, but doesn't it look like maybe like a riverway, like how like I don't even know what it's really called, where it like branches from like one big something to like little bitty like streams and like goes into the ocean. Like an aerial picture of what used to be like a lake that's all dried up. You can only see just the veins of water.
I've seen that on the ocean floor looking down before. The rifts. You don't suppose this may be the ocean floor?
I don't know. I was gonna
Or
ask someone
some
that knows.
rock. Let me get the captain. I'll go find.
Okay, while he's gone, you're trying to recreate that map?
I am still curious. I mean, I kind of like gestured to the little bead that I have. I still have the weird sisters that I can ask, but I really don't want to get them involved again, unless I absolutely have to.
Well, when I looked at it, everything was an infernal.
I don't
So I
speak in
saw
tongue.
a lot of it.
I kind of gesture. So, what's your best guess?
Well, it was twisted passages. All this was between the abyss and hell itself.
I kind of like tilt the book over a little bit, maybe. Oh, okay. I still don't see it, but so,
And it did show the symbol of your hatred.
And now that you're looking at his book, those weird smudges that he has all along the edges almost look like the same symbol, but just like really crudely done, just all the way around like a border.
Yeah, this right here,
mhm.
that's his symbol. Or her.
Well-
or their symbol. Wow.
He, she, them. Okay, but I mean, like, but it is technically a map, I suppose, of.
If I recall, it was the map that showed the entryway of it between the abyss and his hell. I don't know. I didn't really scan it like y'all did. That's probably why I'm not probably mad.
We're all mad here. Okay.
There was some writing on it. I remember that.
Do you remember what it said?
Prince of Madness. There was two heads that have dual personalities. It did show another sign of a cult of him. It also says that it can cause madness over time, spiraling, and all go mad sooner than later.
Going mad by like, you mean like looking at the scroll that I was looking at? People that are in the cult, or what?
I didn't really scan it that much into it.
Okay. Then I just kind of like, close the book up, and I'm just going to keep that in the back of my head as like, yes, map kind of in a way, but not here map. Maybe like map of hell stuff. I'm just,
Yeah. And now, can I ask you a question?
Sure, yeah.
What happened to your mother?
Shit, we bringing mamas into this?
My God, Khalil, you don't just ask someone what happened to your mother.
It's a good thing it's just me and him.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the last time that I saw her, she was fine. Back in, my brain stopped working. All the neurons just stopped firing. Where am I from? Just
Ravnica.
Ravnica. Yeah, yeah. I mean, last time I saw her, and she was fine. And why do you ask?
Well, when you were comatose, I had used my abilities to see your past with Iskra.
Which part? I say with like kind of a stern face.
The deal you made.
Well, desperate times, I guess. Call for big measurements. I'm not gonna apologize for it.
Not
But I
judging,
kinda-
but
I do kind of wish that it didn't happen. But hey, it's in the past now, right? Nothing.
how long ago?
It's really not been too long. It's maybe a year before I met you guys. So I'm still a fairly new spellcaster. I really don't have, as I guess the entire party can see, I really don't have a big handle on how to do anything magic-wise or arcanic.
Same.
But I felt that in the moment, that's the only choice that I had. And I guess this is just a recurrent thought that I've had. The worst thing you can ever do is actually love somebody, because you make promises. You say that you're going to come back. You say that you'll always protect them or always be with them. But in the end, you can never really keep that promise. And sometimes you have to do things you actually don't want to do. But again, it's all in the past. And then I kind of avert the conversation to something else that's not as mom talking.
Mom talking.
Thank you for the food that you made, by the way. It was really good.
Glad you liked it.
Right, so it kind of looks like a tree, but could be a family tree. But you take a look. It's
What is this?
you might know more than I do.
I sail the seas, not strange Sure, this is a map.
I don't know. I couldn't. None of my maps match this.
I don't know anything that looks like this.
In all my years of cartography, I've never come across something like.
Missing lot. Best of luck finding that river or delta or whatever it is.
I was thinking maybe we were discussing possibly the ocean floor.
Wouldn't know what that looks like.
I do. I'll take you sometime if you would like.
No, thank you. I like staying above the ocean, not below it. Your type can do also these crazy things. I'm perfectly happy above the waves.
Understandable.
There's a lot of strange, creepy, and dangerous things down there.
Yes, there are. Which is why you should see them sometime.
Nope. I'm perfectly fine having them not within arm's reach of me. They can stay down there below, and I will see them from afar and wave as we go past.
Barracudas are like dogs. So you know.
Oh look, this rigging is loose. I must go. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, he didn't know anything
not really,
eloquent.
but he does just kind of give you the like.
Oh, look at the time. I'll be over here.
Oh, a pelican!
Please don't hurt me.
These people are crazy. Okay.
The captain didn't seem to know anything about it.
You know, that's fine. Maybe when we get to like the next town or something, I'll ask someone that maybe knows like the land stuff.
Yeah.
And stuff. All right. So as the sun begins to set on your first day of the ocean, and everybody gathers around again for a somewhat simpler meal this time around. Unless you are trying to take over once again for the kitchen, but I figured you have been talking with Alex.
I know.
So, yeah. You guys settle in for the night as the ship is not going to pull in because it's now later scheduled or behind schedule after the delay. So they are going to be sailing through the night, but they are going to be going a little slower. Still should be making port the next day, but
So it's gonna pull out.
so those of you settling in for the night, anybody staying up for anything else?
Sander will play music as we get closer to land.
Okie doke.
Is there a bed or hammock big enough for Soul?
Yes, we take down an entire sail and we hang it between the masts.
Have
That'd be
you
really
called
cool.
Jenny yet?
That'd
Make
be
like a
cool.
cell fort.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Currently, no, there are none of the hammocks that have been set up are furbolg sized. You get some that like you can use. They kind of jerry rig two that are would be enough to kind of like support you.
It'd
But
be like a reclining chair that you just kind of like.
it's kind of like it still hangs, but your feet are definitely hanging over the edge and kind of like touch the ground still. But you're able to find a nice little spot in which to.
It's really hard to snuggle with anyone like this. I do not approve.
All right. So you guys settle in for a long rest. Oh, Kindred, what were we gonna do?
Towards the end of the day, but not when it gets before it gets too late. I would like to cast. Where'd it go? Sending.
Okay.
And the first one I will cast to. Then forgot her name. The little girl.
Thena?
Thena.
You know.
I'm like, it's Thea, Freya, some anyway.
I mean, she's like 16. She's not like a little girl.
Yeah. She's a little preteen coming into her womanhood.
No, that's a teen. How 16 works.
All right, what are you gonna say?
We're in a STEM kid.
So how are things settling in? You and your brothers comfortable? Did you meet everyone or find Mabina? Hope you're safe.
There's like a bit of a pause. Found Mabina. We are good. Atet is nice. The city too.
Nice.
So before my initial plan of going up into the crow's nest for trance, can we say that I was walking around under below deck when Soul made his comment?
I mean, yes, if you want.
All right. So as soon as he lays down in kind of a huff, I'm just gonna lay down next to him and cover him with one wing, like a big wing blanket.
Aww. Gonna pick it up and be all snug with it.
Yeah, just for not shit. Ends up on top of Soul by morning. Like, I didn't intend for this to happen. Somebody make it release me.
You got within arm's length of Soul while he's wanting to snuggle. What happens?
Alrighty. So, as the next day comes.
I would cast 2 more sendings.
Okay, 2 more sendings.
The next one to Mabina. Just I gave Thena your name. She could really use a friend. Use your best judgment. Keep an eye on her. Just something along that line. And then the last one I'll send to Barrel over the R2s.
Okay.
How goes the investigation on the Warforged? Any new updates or critical errors? Have the R2's one word or 2 words? Counted as 2. R2's arrived to help.
From Mabina, she replies that she seems sweet. We will find somewhere to keep her preoccupied. As far as Beryl, no new developments. Still studied and have not heard from R2s? Question mark?
Yes. And yeah, with that I'll start getting ready for bed.
Iskra, as you are gathering your things together, you finally find the time to look into whatever the package was. And sitting
Sitting
there, yeah, so you sit off on your own little hammock. You untie the wrapping and pull down the very the velvet bag that this little box is in, and you can see that this box is a very thin-looking like crate wood. Looks very decorative. It's like carved, kind of like the wood that we saw in the fake hurdy-gurdy, the toy hurdy-gurdy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. It's not very thick wood, but it's, it's not gonna like crumble. But you can see that this top half is intricately carved out. And you take that cap off, and on the inside you see the metal construct that you have been trying to purchase that night. And it has a little note in there.
Pick up the note.
I hope that this brings you or whoever you intend to get this for as much joy as the children that you helped save brought joy to my life.
Smile and tear up a little bit. And I pick up this windmill pinwheel type cool thing that Athena created and I just blow on it gently.
Just continues to like slowly spin in place
Before carefully putting it all back in its wrapping and going to sleep.
All right. Lastly, Khalil, as you settle in for bed, rolling over in your hammock is like there are several of the others that kind of sleep there around you, feeling the gentle rocking waves. Feel yourself falling to sleep, your eyes tired. A very interesting day that you have been in. And now, as you're finally settling off into sleep, one last, your eyes kind of pop open for a second more. And shadows at the edges of the room catch your eye. Shadow, dark corner of the room just outside of the lantern's light seems to move in a different way than the ship. The shadow gives forth to a jaw, and that silky-like creature appears there for a moment, and moving in opposite tandem with the ship. See the same needle-like teeth as it kind of opens its jaws in this inhumanly long jaw that kind of falls down before it closes back up, and it's just a humanoidish form draped in black shimmering fabric or something. It looks almost skin-like. You can see at the very bottom there's small amounts of twinkling of what look like starlight at its base. And just slowly sinks down and out of sight. Your eyes, you don't move. You have that moment of just in all of those scary movies when their bodies seems to
sleep paralysis
lock
demon.
up. And it just kind of you don't want to move. And you feel like any sort of movement will awaken it, alert it. But it lurks there. And as it moves out of the shadow, you kind of move your head finally a little bit. There is nothing.
Fuck.
And with that, we're going to end for tonight.
Black, what are you doing?
Black, calm down.
And you know what? I was literally about to say, oh wait, before we go to bed, I cast alarm, but
Yeah,
it's too
too
late.
late.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us on the next day at sea, I guess, this was.
3 hour.
Yeah.
If the
So-
Giants hadn't stopped that storm.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been a lot crazier had that not gone down. But,
With
you know.
Kindred and Sonder, too.
Oh, Gilligan's Island. It took me a
Yeah.
minute. I got there. It's like
Good
very
reference.
sure. Like
Wow.
it took me a minute. I was like, I don't get it. But now I get it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We will have more news on the upcoming split off one-shot mini-series. Not one-shot. Stop calling it that. This little mini-shot event. Barrel on the Death Squad of Doom. But stay tuned to our social media for more information about that and the Discord as well. Those of you who are not in our Discord or follow us on social media.
I am so excited for this.
Oh, it's gonna be it's gonna be
been
great.
waiting.
But there you can find us on Discord. There you can find our Twitter. Don't forget in the About section, we do have links to our YouTube where previous videos are there. But as always, you guys be safe. Thank you for joining us. And we will see you next time. Bye.